But what's his approach going to be tonight? Lots at stake. He's going against Pedro Morales for the Intercontinental belt. There's a lot at stake. What's he say about it?
Well, he wants to become a champion, of course, and he's been in wrestling a long time, and he's never wrestled in the World Wrestling Federation. So he didn't give me any idea of his strategy, but as you know, Pedro Morales is virtually invincible.
Well, you said something very unique, I think rather unique, and that's the fact that he'll be going against Pedro Morales, and he is a flyer. He loves to go. He's not afraid of taking off like where the 747s fly, literally in a wrestling situation, and come out his opponent from 8 or 10 feet up. He doesn't mind at all.
He goes up there where the air is rare.
And he's from the Sinatra, right? And he just throws his body around, and I think the man knows no fear.
No fear. Well, no, he is afraid. He is afraid of injury, but not to the point that it stops him from doing what he's got to do in the ring.
Well, you have to.
But he's aware of it. He
right.
respects. He has the respect and fear, but not that it stops him from doing what he has to do.
Okay, we got the big one, of course, tonight will be the return. Bob Orton going against Bob Backlund, and
what a match that is.
Yeah, who can tell what can happen? Backlund was favoring a knee last month here. Was severely bruised. In fact, he had an ice pack on it before he came in to wrestle that night. He was favoring the leg, but tonight he's healed. I talked to him a little while ago, about 10 minutes ago, back in the dressing room. He's in good shape. He's ready to roll tonight, and we're looking forward to that. Of course, you have Blackjack Mulligan. You've got a real cast of high-powered wrestlers here tonight, and Adrian Adonis, and we're waiting for the Adrian Adonis and Ivan Putski matchup. They're always great, and of course you have your man Tony Atlas against the guy I interviewed earlier tonight, Jesse the Body Ventura. So they'll be matching up in the cage, and that always brings a great brand of excitement here.
There's a scientific match, if it's going to stay scientific, and that's Fallborough's finest, Larry Sharpe, against an underrated wrestler, Charlie Fulton.
Well, we know both of them. We've seen them here before. Of course, Larry Sharpe from over in Fallsborough. And this guy, I really, he gives you the idea he's sort of a buffoon, a clown.
No, he's
but
not.
no way. This fella comes to play, comes to wrestle, and he can do either. He can toy with his man, or he can really put him away, or he can inflict a lot of pain on his opponent. So pretty boy Larry Sharpe is just not another pretty face.
I wanted to talk about Bob Backlund. He's been talking about a new hold that he might debut tonight.
The chicken wing.
The chicken wing against Bob Orton to sort of meet the superplex. Chicken wing meets the superplex. Of course, Bob Orton wants to know how many eggs Bob Backlund wants to order.
Well, I'll tell you, we talked to Backlund very briefly, too. There's another matter I'll bring up a little later on involving one of his little fans in the Philadelphia area. But Backlund showed me the I said, what's this chicken wing? I've never seen it before. He said, let me show you. And he called me in a side room and put the hold on me, and I got news for you. He was being easy with me, as you might imagine, but I'm telling you, it hurt. And I could tell, if Orton's on the receiving end of that, good luck. Okay, let's go now to some videotape from last month, and we're going to be looking at Atlas and Ventura as they met here at the Spectrum. Let's watch. Uh-oh, Atlas trying to get it going. Oh, I don't know.
Oh, that hurt. That was the point of the
That was the point of the shoe is right, Cal Rubin.
Dug it right into his back. Tony is hurting. He's trying to get it together. Another full Nelson. Hendrick.
I don't know what Tony's going to do here. He's almost down on it.
Yeah, he is weakened. Greatly weakened. He's fading quickly, Dick. But you know he's got a vast reservoir of strength.
Maybe Atlas is allowing Ventura to wear himself out. He sounds crazy, but could be. I don't know. Well, on his feet.
Look at that. Look at that.
All right, you saw it. Atlas doesn't have much more to go.
They're both exhausted.
Yeah. Here comes the elbow, the crusher. He was playing possum. Yeah.
He was absolutely playing possum.
He's lying there like a cat in the tall grass.
Yeah.
Waiting to pounce. Oh, Ventura has not recovered yet. That elbow has got to be smarter.
He's going to get a shot in the abdomen.
And in the head. Whew. He's someplace else.
Rang his bell.
Oh, man, alive. Folks, if you're not here tonight, you're really missing it.
He really beat Ventura up there. He just beat him up.
And it's
Not
not
going to
over.
give him some more. No, not over
Give
by a
him
long
credit, Ventura's
Headbutt.
right back in again.
Yeah, he's got a lot of guts. All guts. Right on top of his pumpkin head again, twice. Rang his bell. Headbutt.
Oh! A flying headbutt. Wait a minute, he's still...
See that? Here he comes, running for his life. He's going after him now.
He's really going after him.
He's beating his brains in. Is he going to do it? Look at this. He rakes his eyes. Here he comes to us.
Oh!
Right here.
And the blood flows.
He busted his head open right in front of us.
Man.
The blood is all over us. The blood's all over us here.
He cut him open.
He broke him open. You all right, Tony? Right. You all right, baby? He's bleeding over the eye.
He cut him good.
Yeah. He's bleeding over the eye. Dripping blood. The blood's in his eye.
All right. Tony says, leave me alone.
Well, I wiped the blood out of his eye. Got it all in my hand. Here he goes. Oh, my goodness. Here he goes. Look at poor Gary. Oh, my.
Oh, Ventura took off. Well, that's the action from last month here at the Spectrum, Cal. And tonight, look out, because it's going to be wilder than ever. Those two men are going to meet in the steel cage. And there's no place to hide, as I said to Jesse the Body Ventura earlier tonight. You'll see that interview a little bit later on this evening. Well, I guess about this time we ought to go ringside, because Gary Capetta, the ring referee, is inside, and the principals are preparing to enter the ring. And we'll be getting underway here in just a moment. Glad you can make it tonight. We're glad to see you here at Spectrum Wrestling.
Greetings, wrestling fans, and welcome to the world-famous Philadelphia Spectrum. For another action-packed card of All-Star Wrestling, promoted by Phil Zacco. These matches are sanctioned and supervised by the Pennsylvania State Athletic Commission. J.J. Binns is the commissioner. Chief Deputy in attendance is Charles Campbell. The attending physician is Dr. W.L. Davidson. The timekeeper at the bell, J.P. Mina. The referees assigned by the State Athletic Commission, Mario Savoldi, Lou Super, Dick Worley, Barney Solomon, and I'm your ring announcer from All-Star Wrestling, Gary Michael Capetta. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first event. It is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing in the corner to my right, hailing from Marion, Ohio, he weighs 251 pounds, Charlie Fulton. His opponent this evening, Paulsboro, New Jersey, 253 pounds, pretty boy, Larry Sharpe.
The people's choice, Larry Sharpe, huh? He's a fun guy.
Yeah, he's terrific.
Barney Solomon, the third man of the square circle. He'll be watching goings-on with a careful eye tonight. What a program we have tonight, I'm telling you. We're going to be rolling with this one, Charlie Fulton, Larry Sharpe. Darren's back here tonight, Mikel Scicluna, Blackjack Mulligan, Dave Travis, quick draw, Rick McGraw, I'll tell you, name them, they are here. All right.
What a house we have here tonight.
It's a tremendous house tonight. Bob Backlund conveyed to me his best wishes to one of his great wrestling fans.
How about Larry? There he is in action.
He's underway. Larry doesn't even have his blacks off yet, but he's getting them off now.
Well, Larry came to fight. Larry came to fight. He's not playing with him. He's going to go out and get him.
Oh! You can hear that all over the Spectrum tonight.
He says nobody wants me. Larry's bad. Larry is bad.
The baddest that there is from Paulsboro, NJ.
Well, he's stomping him, too. Fulton's a good wrestler. Yeah.
Well, Sharpe is like a caged tiger just pacing back and forth, waiting for Charlie Fulton to get in the ring because he wants at him. I don't know that Fulton wants at him, but all right, underway again. Contact made, and they're both back in the ring. A couple of smashes.
He's going to whip him.
There. Here he goes into the ring turnbuckle. Larry doesn't rush in, though. You know, ooh.
Well, he got caught with that, but didn't mean anything. He made him pay for it. Spun him around.
He did. There's an elbow.
Larry's ready for it, though. Neutralized him with a right smash. Right out the ring.
Outside the ring again.
And he is not playing with him.
Larry Sharpe, face of a choir boy and a tough guy.
Serious as a heart attack. Larry's as calm as he can be. Fulton climbing back into the ring. He doesn't know what hit him. He's stunned. He's hearing those bells ring. Caught Larry by surprise, but it doesn't mean a thing.
All right, there's a smash to the side of the head. There's a midsection shot by Fulton. And Larry Sharpe retaliates, as does Fulton. Just a brawl right now, Cal.
Yep.
Look at Pretty Boy. Oh! I think before Sharpe went down, Fulton had eyes to jam him into the corner again. Fulton very much in control. The body slam coming up. Right in the small of the back. What a pounding.
Larry kicks out immediately.
Pressure on the shoulder area with Fulton twisting the arm of Larry Sharpe. Oh, headbutt drives Fulton back and down to his knees. All the crowd following all the action here very intently. Smash the head right across the knee. Boy, you think that doesn't...
Boy, that's smart, huh?
Really, Dick. Really, Dick.
Ooh! Wow, that was tough.
Oh, they had him in a pinning position, but Fulton kicked out. All right, there we go toward the other ring. And the ropes swing Fulton back, and he chops away at Sharpe. Chops away again. There comes knee. Right to the midsection of Larry Sharpe, and he's hurt. He's hurting. Body slam again.
Well, that was a power slam.
I don't know where he got him. He had some strength somewhere in reserve.
There's no way Fulton's going to defeat Sharpe tonight.
Well,
it would be too humiliating for Sharpe to lose in front of me.
that's right. Oh! All right. He giveth and he taketh away. And Sharpe gave back to Fulton that which he received earlier. Here we come with the body slam. Down goes Fulton. Slams. I'll tell you, he's on the warpath now.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Pretty boy. Pretty boy wants to put him away. Whoa! Both these guys are in pain, you can tell.
That's not a mattress they're landing on.
That's right. Oh, he's on weird street. Shoulder block and down goes Sharpe. Oh!
That was quite a maneuver, wasn't it?
Sure was.
Got all the wind out of him, too.
Uh-oh. Pile driver.
That's it. That's it.
Could be. 1, 2. He could have counted to 50.
Yeah, they don't recover from the pile driver.
What? Come here.
Another
All right.
from South Jersey.
Pretty boy Larry Sharpe. Tell us about it.
It was simple. I stretched out the time a little bit. I needed conditioning. Cal was with me the other day when the challenge was issued to Holmes, wrestler versus boxer, national TV. I'm doing it again right here on Prism. Backlund won't take me. I got to go to the top somewhere. I'll turn into a boxer. I don't care. I am the greatest.
All right, there he is. Pretty boy Larry Sharpe. And now let's get the announcement, huh?
Ladies and gentlemen, the time of the match, 6 minutes, 53 seconds. Your winner, Pretty Boy Larry Sharpe.
God love him. Just an all-American boy. Let's watch the events leading up now to the pin, and he took him out. Here we come with a pile driver. No place to hide here, huh? Look, ooh, ooh. It's marked even before he does it. Down and out, and there is Charlie Fulton. All right, Pretty boy right on top of me. He knows he has him. Look, looking over his shoulder, he says he's got it. All right, fans, we'll be back with more wrestling after we look at one of the movies coming up on Prism in the month of June.
Are you stuck in a dead-end job?
We're going to be killed.
Oh, no.
Just keep your hands on the wheel. Slow down.
Personal problems got you down.
You can't go. All the plants are going to die.
Well, the U.S. Army can turn your life around.
Before I knew it, she was walking next to me, singing, do, I did it, do.
Join a whole new breed of professionals. Get your body into incredible shape. Master important career skills.
What are you going to do with that?
This. And represent your country in foreign lands.
So am I to understand that you men completed your training on your own?
That's the fact. Yeah.
Bill Murray in Stripes.
All right, on the PA right now is Dave Zinkoff.
Right there. I'll collect later.
We'll collect later. All right, we got it ready for match number.
He's talking about me. Dave the Salami Zinka from 40th and Girard Avenue.
Yep. All right, in the ring now, we've got event number 2 here. We'll get the announcement on this in just a moment. Tremendous card tonight, fans. We'll fill you in if you just joined us. We'll fill you in on the card as we go.
This match, ladies and gentlemen, 20 minutes. From the Isle of Malta, baby blue trunk, 265 pounds. Baron Mikel Scicluna. The opponent from Brooklyn, New York, at 233. Black trunk, Pete Sanchez. The referee for this 20-minute match, Mario Savoldi.
All right, Pete Sanchez a little outweighed tonight by the likes of the Baron Miguel Scicluna. But that's his task tonight, to take him on. We'll see what happens. The Baron, of course, has been known to go into his trunk many, many times for a foreign object, and why should tonight be any different? Sanchez at about 220. I think he's outweighed by about 40 to 50 pounds by Scicluna.
Sanchez lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
We used to see him a long time
know
ago.
that.
He hasn't been around. He really lost weight.
Oh, Bear Hug City, huh? And a threat of what? What we got here? Oh, the Bear Hug, and Sanchez trying something. Force the Baron's head back, maybe? I don't know. Into the corner. Now they got a break. Savoldi with the on top of it, making the count. Nice clean break, at least this time. Sanchez has lost a bunch of that. Can't he's almost thin, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he looks emaciated.
Yeah.
Maybe he's too thick.
Well, a little romance going on in the ring there, temporarily. All right, back at contact again, and a half a side headlock. Hair pulled by the Baron, broken off by Savoldi, the referee.
Well, what you see is what you get. It's in the ring.
All right, another side headlock, and a hair pull, and down goes Sanchez. Oh, the Baron doing his usual number. The Baron's smarting a little bit. He didn't like the turn of events, so...
Yeah. He's doing his cry baby.
Yeah. Savoldi's checking out the Baron and his wrestling attire to find any foreign objects.
Oh, come on, Savoldi. Spare me that. Please.
Well, I'm still checking him out. I don't know what he expects to find. The Baron moving the foreign objects around, though. He's wily as can be.
Not only does the Baron hide his foreign objects, but when he plays cards, I understand it's alleged he has aces up his sleeve.
Well, I'll tell you the truth, Cal. I wouldn't doubt that.
Well, you can look at the man. He's got a sneaky look about it. See?
All right.
Sanchez has always been his victim.
Sanchez uttering something unprintable as he gets off the mat and to his knees. He got too thrilled with the Baron. Of course, these guys, there's no love lost between the two of them.
Sanchez, and look, I don't want to bother you, Mario, but the guy's got a baseball bat hidden. He's slugging me with it.
Yeah, try to pick
If
it up
not too
on
much
it.
trouble, try to find it or do something.
I got it. All right, the crowd's starting to bait Scicluna, and he responds to it. I'll tell you one thing about Scicluna. He doesn't walk around if people ignore him. They have very definite thoughts about him. Well, Sanchez with a false fist. Scicluna reaching for the rope to try to break the hold, and how do you like that? How do you like that, huh? And the fans too.
It's a tag team match. Sanchez
Just about.
and Saboldi. Saboldi's fast, isn't he?
Whoa! All right, the fans are rising to that bit of action. Saboldi coming down for count number 3 several times, and of course the arm of Scicluna shoots out to prevent it. So there's a personal match going on here. Not Sanchez and Scicluna, but Saboldi and Scicluna. Whew. Saboldi, he's going to hit some high notes. If you would believe. There's a smash in this section by Scicluna with that hidden object, but it's hidden further. Everybody in the place knows where it is.
He didn't like where Saboldi was looking for the foreign object. He took exception.
All right, 1, 2.
Oh.
That's one way to get disqualified. You mess with the referee the wrong way. And Scicluna knew it. Karate chop, and down goes Sanchez. And the Baron's not finished. I think he's only up. Maybe he won't put him away. There's a little bit of time to get down on him to get in that fitting position. Try it again, huh? On in Sanchez's mind. Everybody in the place knew it. Just said, yeah, why not? All right, Sanchez still on top of Scicluna, pounding on him. Comes another smash to the face. Here he comes! Catches the foot, and down he goes. Smash with a foreign object. I think we got a pin here. And a 3. And that's it. Well, they nailed him by a pin. And still Saboldi's not... Well, hello there. Watch it, you guys.
You know, I don't know if the fans are unhappy with Scicluna or just unhappy with the match.
They may be.
I would say both.
The time of the fall, 7 minutes, 31 seconds, the winner, Baron Scicluna.
Baron Scicluna. All right. And they're still at it, huh? All right, Sanchez found the hidden object. There he has it in his right hand. All right, let's be friends. Let's talk about it. Scicluna is upset. He can only be upset with himself, but he doesn't quite see it that way. Sanchez although lost the match, but in a way he won the hearts of the fans because he came after Scicluna using the hidden knocker. That's that. Match number 2. All right, on the screen right now, fans, as the two battlers go off. Here we go, coming up with a pin. It's a 1, a 2, and a 3 in slow-mo, and that's it. We'll be right back, fans, after blowout.
It began with a sound that no one was ever supposed to hear.
Yes, he said he pulled the girl out of the car. I would like you to forget about her.
Yeah, that's what I heard just before the tire blew out. You're right, it was a shot.
He recorded a murder. They say it never happened.
Still loose ends, witnesses. The girl, I decided to terminate her. Terminate her.
Just a word here. I started this earlier. Bob Backlund gave me a letter from a friend of a young fella who's 15 years old from Bryn Athens, Pennsylvania. His name is Sten Alfeld. Sten and I understand numerous friends of his are avid fans of Wrestling Cal, and he's been in the sick bed for quite a while and would like to make it down here to the Spectrum, just hasn't felt up to it. Bob Backlund said, Dick, would you kindly just say hi, although he had called Stan a little bit earlier on the telephone tonight. Backlund said, you please convey my regrets. I can't get out to see him in person, but tell him I'm wrestling for him tonight. Tell Stan Alfeld that Bob Backlund wrestles for him tonight against Bob Orton. So, Stan, you are watching out there in Bryn Athens, Pennsylvania, out in the Delaware County area. Our very best with you. Hope you're enjoying tonight's matches. And Bob Backlund again sends his very, very best to you and hopes to see you down here at the Spectrum as soon as possible.
From Slaughter Creek, North Carolina, blue outfit, 292, Swede, Hanson. The opponent from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 229 pounds, red, white, and blue outfit, Laurent, Soucie. 20-minute match, Lou Super.
All right, Lou Super, the third man in the square circle. He'll be keeping tabs of both these gentlemen, Swede Hanson and Laurent Soucie. And
look at that scar on the back of
Soucie. If our camera a little bit later on, it's not a huge point, but on the back of the upper leg, the rear of the upper leg, right leg of Laurent Soucie, the long scar must be about 10, 11 inches long, and just trying to wonder out loud where it came from. He is quick. Young man, not very big weight-wise, but he is trim. Look at him. Against a very bigger and heavier, and maybe a slower opponent, Swede Hanson.
Swede is tough.
He is tough.
He's cleaned out many a bar.
Yes, he has. He's minus the that long handlebar mustache tonight. Which he's sported for quite a while. Good. A little bit later on, Cal Rudman, I'd like to get to something very close to your heart, and that'd be the Cal Rudman golf tourney, I believe.
Yes, it's the Cal Rudman Variety Club.
Variety Club.
Celebrity Pro-Am golf tournament for handicapped children.
Yeah, no way to forget the Variety Club. I don't want to neglect mentioning those people. They're just super
Hard-working people, and it's
when's this coming up?
This will be Friday, June 4th at the Woodcrest Country Club in Cherry Hill. We've got quite a few stars from the music world coming by.
For instance.
Well, Marvin Hamlish, who will entertain at the banquet that night, and the Letterman, and I understand some of the Beach Boys might be
super.
among others. And I'm very happy that the entire South Jersey community has been galvanized into action to help handicapped children as part of the Variety Club effort in Delaware Valley.
Terrific. Well, the action of the ring has slowed down somewhat here. We have Soucie in control of the action for the moment. But Hanson, you don't know where he's coming from. Hello! A clean break? I don't believe it. A clean break. Soucie better watch out the next time. We've seen Hanson's act before, and tell you, you don't want to depend on a clean break every time against the rope. Oh, there's a headlock by Hanson with huge arms. Steve would like to break it. I don't know if he's figured out quite how yet. Now we have a break, but, Looks a big bear, doesn't he, huh?
Yeah, Swede's very confident. He just oozes authority. He doesn't mind giving up an advantage. He's not concerned about anything. The man obviously has no fear. He's trying to really run a clean match so far, anyway.
Yeah. Well, we'll forearm get to attention.
But it's as if he's chastising a little boy, isn't it?
Well, Swede's been around a while, you know. All right, there. Oh! You give and you get. The name of the game in wrestling. And Soucie leaves a forearm on Swede Hanson.
Yeah, you have to be able to take it then.
Well, I was going to say, maybe this will break the nicey-nicey routine, which we've seen against the ring ropes on the break. He's offering his hand. Okay, all right. He has the respect of the older man now, I believe. Maybe. A front headlock.
Make him pay for it now, Betty will.
A front headlock by Hanson develops into an arm lock by Soucie into the corner.
Ooh, did you hear that? Oh.
I don't know that he actually had a double fist. I think he just brought his, calling a smack more than anything.
Stunned him.
Ooh. All right, there's a headbutt, becoming very popular with wrestlers these days. If it ever was unpopular. Here we go. He's going to give it to him. They just smashed. I think you're right. He's like an old professor giving a lecture to the young students.
And he's humiliating. Yeah, that's what it all amounts to. And no wrestler can be humiliated.
No.
Or boxer. Or street fighter.
Or anybody. What that knee down again with
did that knee go down, Dick Graham?
There's no padding on this young guy to see.
Now his knee went right through him, through the canvas.
He's telling, baiting him. Go on, get up. Oh, look at him. Kick him in the backside. Get up.
Come on, little boy, get up. Get up.
He's giving the rest of the lesson tonight. All right, series of jabs and smashes. Whoa! He's quick. He is quick. He hurt himself, I think.
It didn't bother him at all.
Here comes that knee in the kidneys. Man. Ooh.
What a spot.
Ooh.
He'll be urinating blood in the morning. No question about it.
All right, backbreaker across the knee. This could be a submission. I don't know.
He's holding him there.
He doesn't want to give up, but he may be.
Right to sacrilege. He's hollering for his mother. Look at him.
That's it. All right, there's the bell. Nothing fancy about Swede, but I'll tell you. Look at him.
Match stopped in 5 minutes and 49 seconds. The winner, Swede Hanson.
All right, here's the replay going on. Here's the replay, and the events leading up now to the pin will be all over in a second. Here's Hanson very much in control, waving his arm, and as if here comes victory. Here comes the backbreaker. Brings him down, bends the knee, right across, and there you have it. Submission hold, and that's the end of that. It took about 10 or 15 seconds of this, but eventually that was it. Blue Super indicates ring the bell, it's all over. And there you have it. That's Swede Hanson winning by submission over Laurent Soucie. Okay, fans, we'll be back, but first here's some scenes from Continental Divide.
He's a newspaper man with a big name in a big city.
You know what really happened on Murphy Street? If I know, pretty soon Chicago will.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Go ahead and start.
He has friends in high places. He gets vacations he didn't even ask for.
The Rocky Mountains.
So you've heard of them. She lives where the air is thin. She's an expert in her field. Her work means everything to her. And actually, they were both very happy. Until they met.
Porter, I'll die out there.
Just for a little trade-off.
It's about friendship, social encounters, togetherness, and survival.
Never touch anyone on the street. They'll think you need help, and they'll kill you.
John Belushi, Blair Brown, Continental Divide.
Well, there you have some of the fans in the audience here at the Spectrum carrying on, showing our camera and all of you watching along the Prism Television Network just how they feel about wrestling here at the Spectrum. Indeed, they do. Feeling great about it. Because this is where the excitement is. And tonight we have all kinds of excitement. Jimmy Snuka, whom Cal has interviewed. He'll be going against Pedro Morales for the Intercontinental title match. And we have Adrian Adonis and Ivan Putski. The steel cage later on, Jesse Ventura against Tony Atlas. Cal did an interview with Tony Atlas. I had Jesse the Body Ventura as my interview tonight, and a very interesting guy, too. Very likable, outside the ring, of course, but really a very likable guy. Had a nice chat with him, and he'll be along after a while. Right now, though, the unpredictable one, Johnny Rodz. He's in the ring.
This is another 20-minute match from Tokyo, Japan, 250. Black trunks, Mr. Saito. The opponent from Brooklyn, New York. Kelly green trunks, 239 pounds, Johnny Rodz. And the referee for this 20-minute match, Lou Super.
Oh, what a style Dave Zinkoff has, huh?
Dave's the best there is.
He's the best.
There's
right.
nobody like him. There's some good ones. Good guy in Chicago.
Dave's a real gentleman.
Yeah, the legendary Harry Ballo, remember? The old Madison Square Garden place.
But everybody likes
Dave Zinko's the best.
Well, I'll tell you what somebody doesn't like, and that's Saito doing a number on Johnny Rodz. Rodz is fixing his knee pad, and Saito took after him, and that's the way this has begun. This may end before it starts. They're against the ropes, and the Rodz one leg was over there momentarily. And here comes the head jammed against the top turnbuckle. Saito on the warpath for real. Saito putting all his strength against the foot, against the neck and the throat of Johnny Rodz. Based on past performances, old fans, I wouldn't want to be Saito if Rodz gets up and gets in control, because he is He is very unpredictable, just that. Rodz is really on the ropes, and for the time being, stunned. And he comes back. Rodz with a one-legged kick out. A drop kick against Saito, and he's ready. Said, you want a hunk of me? You got me. Don't come our way. Inside headlock. Whoa, and a hair pull. Woo! Rodz knows all the stunts. He won't let go. All right, there's a hair pull. Turns him around. That's with Rodz. He'll give you a lesson, I'll tell you. Here, the hair pull. Turn him around again. Still maintains that headlock. I don't know whether referee Lou Snuka is quick enough to see some of those hair pulls because Rodz is really fast. But I think Snuka is on to this because he's circling the two wrestlers. Nothing illegal going on right now, though, except that Saito's about to lose his head. Crank and roll, roll, roll. The bad standing, down goes Saito.
The crowd loves it.
They do. Uh-oh. Here comes Rodz.
Too late.
Here goes an elbow. And down goes Saito. He said number one. Here we go. One more time.
This is only well once too often.
Maybe. Nope. Rodz is steam. He is hot. Here comes that side headlock again. Whoa! Don't come our way. Rodz drags him right back in the ring again. Going to give him enough of a sandwich time and time again. He's pounding on the face of Saito. Whew! Rodz says, get away, referee, just let me do my thing. He gave a shot with a forearm, and across the ring he goes. Walks right into it.
Crowd's having a good old time with
They
this.
really are. And we're just warming up, man. We got 7 more matches to go. Bob Backlund, Bob Orton, Snuka, Morales, Adonis, Putski, Ventura, Atlas. We got them all tonight, man. Bang! Takes the kick. Here we go. I thought maybe Rodz caught it in the neck, but he got the shoulder. He's being beaten now. Saito really on the warpath himself, turning around. Double chop. And the pressure on the neck of Rodz. I was a sleeper hold or not. Rodz' legs are starting to get a little bit wobbly.
Just an old-fashioned chokehold.
Yeah. Looks like it. Rodz, look at it. His legs are getting like rubber. Down Rodz goes on both knees. He's vibrating. He's in shock. Rodz down, not quite out yet. He looks to be on his way. Unless something happens. Rodz yelling to Rodz to get it on. Come on, baby, get it on. Lou Snuka looking for a word from Rodz. Rodz on his feet. He breaks the hold. Back again the hold by Saito on Rodz. Said it, Cal. Very definite. So cold, just very blatant. Yeah. And he smashes at the head of Saito. Smashing the midsection, trying to break it. Again to the jaw. He did break it that time. Rodz, as wobbly as he is, he says payback time, but then gets a knee to the head for his trouble. doesn't seem to be able to focus too well right now. Double chop to the neck, to the throat. Here comes Rodz. He's been in this corner before. Oh! He spun out of the way just in time. And Rodz comes back at him again. Rodz on the warpath now. Rodz giving a series of chops. There's another one. Another one. Still another one. Rodz is on the move. Back body chop. Ooh.
Tough.
Now he...
No way. Good maneuver.
Very good maneuver, but I think Rodz caught the short end.
That's it.
Is it? It must be.
Yeah.
Rodz had to be out there.
He could have counted to 50, couldn't he?
Yeah. Really good. Well, Rodz, I thought, had to be out because that was not normally a pinning position. He was just flat out on his back. Okay, Rodz still not quite together. Saito, the
Time of the match, 6 minutes, 45 seconds, the winner, Mr. Saito.
Okay, here we have Rodz jamming Saito in the corner, but gets the worst of it. He tumbles back. And Saito right on top of him. Rodz too stunned to retaliate, and he goes down for the pin. 1, 2, and 3. Well, fans, if you want to be eligible to be the Prism Wrestling Fan of the Month, or if you have any comments, feel free to write us at this address. Prism Wrestling, in care of the Spectrum, Broad and Patterson Street, Philadelphia 19148. Again, if you'd like to become possibly a Prism Wrestling Fan of the Month, if you have any comments you'd like to make by way of mail, then drop a card to us or a letter, whatever. Let's hear from you. Write to Prism Wrestling, care of the Spectrum, Broad and Patterson Street, Philadelphia 19148.
Mr. Zinkoff, you're here to visit us. How are you?
By the way, fans, we're going to announce next one's winner a little bit later on, so don't go too far away. Cal Rudman, of course, had an interview tonight with Tony Atlas relating to the event coming up in the Jesse Ventura steel cage match. I talked to Jesse in a special interview, so he'll be along here before long on videotape. And that'll be part of the steel cage preview tonight before the steel cage match itself. Of course, a very interesting interview I'm waiting to watch and listen to will be the Cal Rudman, Jimmy Snuka interview. So that'll be coming along. Bob Orton, of course, tonight beats the champion again, Bob Backlund. Things ought to be settled one way or the other tonight. So that'll be coming along. So I'll tell you, lots of action tonight, fans. Adrian Adonis, Ivan Putski Power, Ivan Polish Power Putski. And it's all coming your way tonight, fans. 10 sensational matches. We've got a bunch more to go.
Yeah, we're waiting for
your guy,
Jimmy Snuka, right. And you'll see the interview with him.
A little later on tonight, Mr. Saito's wrestling partner, Mr. Fuji, will be along to wrestle Quick Draw Rick McGraw. I had a few words with Rick as he came in tonight. You hadn't even gotten dressed yet. And he was talking about his health. He said, well, I feel fine, except my neck still bothers me. And he said, I just work out trying to strengthen the muscles, but he said, there's not much else I can do about it. I'm in good shape. I can wrestle, but the neck really almost did me in there a few months back.
Yeah, sure did.
Anyway, he's here tonight, and a great evening. Blackjack Mulligan and Mr. Nasty himself from El Paso, Texas, will be going against the guy we interviewed a few months ago, and that's Steve Travis, part of the Carolina Connection. The fans are, I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's right, go ahead.
Fans are really restless tonight because they've been turned on by the action. They're waiting for more, and we'll have more in just a moment, Cal.
Yeah, they're waiting for Snuka, and you're going to hear a roar when he comes out.
Well, this is first time at the Spectrum.
Yeah, it's his first time ever. So they're really working up to it. Here comes Dick Worley. He should be out in a moment. And here he comes. Here comes Pedro Morales.
He's my amigo.
His legions of fans greeting him.
Yeah, the fans love Pedro.
While we're waiting for Jimmy Snuka, I wanted to tell you about the arthritis telethon we're doing out of New York, and it'll be seen in Philadelphia, and we have Bob Backlund will be on it, and a whole host of record stars that I brought, and that'll be for the benefit of arthritis over Memorial Day weekend, starting at 10 o'clock Sunday night, May 30th.
Out of New York, huh?
Pardon me?
Out of New York.
Out of New York, yeah. It'll end Monday at 6 p.m. We hope to break over $1 million. And here's Jimmy Snuka.
This guy, look at him. Isn't he something? Look at him. He's beautiful. The fans are turned on.
From the Fiji Islands.
Yes, sir. Willie takes off that wrapping, man, as he's one muscle after another. He is built.
Yeah, he's put together. Very nice man, Dick Graham. Very, very nice guy. Very low-key.
The following event is set for one fall to a finish. It is for the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first the challenger in the corner to my left from the Fiji Islands.
He's doing a number on Capetta.
Oh, he likes his flower. He grabbed the flower.
He weighs 251 pounds. Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
Capetta wanted the flower back, but I think he
His
thought better of
opponent
it.
from Culebra, Puerto Rico, 241 pounds. He is the current Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, Pedro Morales.
Now, Snuka's a veteran. He's been around a long time. He just hasn't been in a World Wrestling Federation.
Well,
but he's been just about everywhere else.
There's a great exposure tonight, Cal.
Yeah.
These guys look to be very evenly matched size-wise, but as far as tactics, I wouldn't venture any guesses. I'd just wait and see. All right, Snuka, there's the bell, and Snuka not quite ready. He wants to pull up his knee pads, and he has his back turned to Pedro Morales. I'd like to extend our best wishes to Phil Zacco tonight. Promoter Phil Zacco, not with us in person here at the Spectrum.
Yeah, I hope he's feeling better.
Got to get out of that sick bed, Phil.
Right.
Look for you next month on Saturday, June 26th here at the Spectrum. All right. Things off to a slow start, and
yeah, but it's going to heat up in a minute, Dick.
You have Snuka wrestling barefoot or barefooted, and reminiscent of the Argentina Rocco days.
That's right. You can break a toe quite easily, so it takes a lot of guts to be able to go in there without the shoes on.
Snuka not huge in the legs, but extremely large in the upper body, the shoulders, the muscles, the pecs. But tell you, I wouldn't bet on this match tonight for anything.
Boy, they're poised like a mongoose and a cobra. Pedro looks like he really wants to get at him.
He does really, and I'll tell you, Snuka's not dealing with a full deck. He looks a little upset. All right, Pedro watching very carefully as the ringsiders cheer Pedro Morales.
Well, Pedro has his fans here. Here they go.
Does. Oh, Snuka, he said a hair pull. I don't know about that.
You know what Pedro says? He says, I like those big boys. He cuts them down the side.
Yes, he does.
Like a tree.
Well, there's a lot at stake. Pedro knows every time out could be the time he might lose his belt. But tonight especially, because he's never wrestled Snuka before at the Spectrum, and he's got to be very careful. The battle of strength in the middle of the ring right now. All right, who's going to win? I don't know.
Well, I'm curious if there'll be any foul tactics.
Yeah.
You know there won't be any from Pedro.
No, not unless he has to. Yeah. Well, did Superfly indicate that he might use some other tactics? No, he didn't.
We shall see. In a moment.
Okay. Still the battle of strength in the middle of the ring. Not much action, but I tell you, you can't prove it by these two guys. What a hair pull and takedown by Snuka. It wasn't much of a hair. No. Dick Worley, third man of the square circle, saying, hey, watch the hair pull. Naturally, Superfly saying nothing. Somebody else maybe.
All right, how about it, Pedro?
All right. Dick Worley saying, calling down to Pedro. How about it, Pedro? What about it? Pedro saying nothing. Saying nothing. All right, Pedro getting to his feet again. And the takedown, another rollover. And the hair pull by Snuka. Worley really upset and saying to Snuka, stay off that hair. I'll tell you one thing about Worley, he won't tolerate your stuff for long. He'll disqualify as soon as anything. There's a close-up, a very tight close-up of Pedro Morales. And in agony, as you might imagine, at the hands of Superfly. Morales in bad pain and on the short end of the stick right now. The fans yelling, Pedro, Pedro. Pedro in obvious pain still, but trying to get it on against Superfly Snuka. Long ways to Philadelphia from the Fiji Islands.
Explodes.
Oh, shoulder. The shoulder block, and down goes Pedro. Headbutt. On the headbutt, down goes Pedro again. All right, series of kicks in this section of the ridge of Pedro Morales by Snuka. Still more punishment. All right, a very confident Snuka in control at the present time. Back on top of Pedro Morales again.
Dick Ram, it's hard to tell with a bare foot, those stumps, just how hard they are.
With a body slam. Oh! Look at this. Smash down he comes against Pedro Morales. And he survived that. I don't know. Comes that pile driving fist again against the upper head of Morales. Morales, I tell you, I've seen him in trouble before, but I think he's in big trouble tonight, Cal. Big trouble. Snuka's not going to take any prisoners if he can help it. Smashing the double fist again against Morales. Smashing the jaw. All right, Worley's saying open hand, not the closed fist. Morales still catching it, both the midsection of the face. He kicks at Morales again, I tell you. Morales just about out of the ring entirely, lying on the ring apron, still being kicked at by Snuka. Morales all the way out of the ring now, lying on the concrete floor, and there he is. Jamming the head of Morales against the wrought iron railing outside the ring. Down goes Morales again. Snuka back in the ring, being warned by Worley to stay back. The counting started. Count of one. Now we're back to counting again. Count of two. Look outside the ring again. Well, there's one thing for certain, fans. This has not been Pedro Morales' night so far, but if he wants to maintain that belt and that championship, that title, he better get it on soon. There's a headbutt by Snuka. Morales almost totally down and out. He is down, but not totally out. Moving slightly. Morales really is in bad shape. Our cameraman getting a shot of the action at ringside. Dick Worley asking Morales to submit. Morales looks to be has no control over his body right now. Well, Worley lifting the arm and just sort of blocked.
Morales has really yet to launch any kind of an effective attack.
He really hasn't been in at all, no. Worley, I think, checking for a chokehold. I don't know if he sees it. This may be it, fans. I don't know. What do you think? The fans are yelling for Pedro. Morales trying to get it on. Can he do it? Can he do it?
Crowd's all worked up.
Shoulder block, and down goes Pedro. And there! Woo! Pedro had enough strength to do a back body drop on Snuka, but he's still dazed. Takes a headbutt again, and down he goes. What do we have here? 1, 2, and Morales grabs for the lower ring rope. And that was that. Almost a pin. We almost saw the belt turn and change hands tonight. Headbutt again. Back body drop, and down goes Morales. Snuka on the warpath.
Well, that was unbelievable. Now what? Here it is.
The flying headbutt, and Morales. Is this it? 1, 2, run! Woo!
Boy, the crowd breathed a collective sigh of relief.
You know, a lot of these fans are for Snuka looking for a change of the championship tonight, I think, Cal.
Yep.
Reading some of the actions of the ringsiders. Morales had enough instinct left to throw his foot over the bottom rope a moment ago to prevent that pin. And I'll tell you, that's all there was. There was a fraction of a second between that and the loss of the belt. How does a guy do a flying headbutt, Cal, and still be able to walk around himself? I don't know.
He's been doing it a long time.
Yeah. All right, an elbow. Smash. Morales shaking the cobwebs. If there's any time he's going to mount an offensive, this is it, man. There goes that left hip. Woo! The Spectrum's going crazy.
Yeah, crowd's loving it.
Whoa!
Did he level Snuka?
He sure did. Snuka still not too much in control.
Well, Timmy's got to regroup here.
Count of 4, count of 5. Count of 5 interrupted now. Morales wants Snuka back in the ring. Here comes the ho-ho! Oh! Woo! He bounced, he dribbled Snuka's head off the top of the ring post, I'll tell you, fans.
And his forehead is a mass of scar tissue to begin with. It won't take much to bust it open.
Here comes that left hook again, and down goes Snuka.
They hit him with the fist, left fist, punch.
Pedro being very deliberate now. Oh, gouges the eyes. And the shape of Snuka's in, I don't know that I blame him. He gouges the eyes of Pedro Morales. Morales can't quite see, shaking his head. Snuka not in very good shape either. This could be it. This could go either way at this point in time. Morales with a knee to the midsection of Snuka. A knee lift, and down he goes.
Oh, that is a terrible blow. That's the hardest blow you can get, that knee to the chin. Right up and under. He is leveling him with the left.
Whoa!
Dick Worley's going to disqualify him now. He's going to disqualify him.
2, 3. He's going to disqualify him for sure, Cal. Worley thrown outside the ring.
That's it.
He says ring the bell, that's it.
Boy, Worley could have gotten hurt. I thought he'd be knocked out.
Worley motions for the timekeeper to ring the bell.
Worley is shaking.
And that's it, I think. Pedro Morales still giving it.
Boy, he can't stop him. Boy, Pedro is just crazy. Oh,
he's going down again.
They ought to get some wrestlers in and stop this. Wow. Boy, he's leveling him. That's it.
That's it for sure.
Boy, Pedro is in another world.
I don't think Pedro really knew that he did that to Dick
No, he
Worley.
doesn't know what he's doing. Pedro went into another world. I know he's very sorry. I'm sure he is. He came out of it now. He's sorry. Pedro's in another place. He's going after him again, though. Oh, Worley ought to get out of there. Worley ought to get out of there.
Oh, Snuka was using thumbs on the eyes.
What?
Snuka was using his thumbs on the eyes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, this is bad. They ought to get somebody in there. Yeah, it's bad. Oh, Worley's going to get hurt. Oh, no. He knocked Worley out.
Worley is gone.
Oh, Worley should have got out of there. This is terrible. This is terrible. Snuka better get out of there now. He better get out of there now. He's going to bust him open on the pole.
Oh, as hard as he could, he hit him.
He shocked him there.
This is terrible. They ought to get the wrestlers out to stop this.
There goes the hit down on the mat again. Dick Worley. He's being administered to by,
You know, enough is enough.
by Zacco and Chapetta. You talk about being out of it.
I think Worley's all right.
Try to catch him on the way out if we can. There's still no... Worley's still dazed.
He's going to hit him with the microphone.
But Snuka also has a foreign object in his hand. I'll tell you, this is going to be really nasty,
This
man.
is bad. This is nasty.
This is bad.
This is terrible.
And there goes the microphone, and down goes Morales.
I'll tell you, I've never seen anything like this. Worley ought to get out of there.
No!
No!
He did a double headbutt. Woo! This is crazy, Sal. Who's going to stop it? There's no referee.
Pedro's choking him. They ought to get some wrestlers out here.
Somebody. Oh, Snuka's gone off. Worley.
I will tell you,
There.
if you want to know what a headbutt's like, I'm telling you, poor Worley. Poor Dick.
Now the fans are alternately on his track. The fans.
Well, there's no mistake. I didn't think it was this big.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee stopped the match at 15 minutes, 21 seconds. He has disqualified Pedro Morales, the winner of the match, Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
I think we want to get a word with Pedro Morales. I don't know. I think the Wrestling Commission wants to take him off. Morales. Pedro. What happened tonight? You started out as wrestling and then it wound up as two guys hating each other.
I can't believe that I lost that match that way. You know, I can't believe. But I want to say one thing. I'm ready for Snuka, Superfly Snuka anytime. Not only to Superfly Snuka. I want to show to everybody that I can take care of all myself. I know that Snuka, Superfly Snuka, he's a powerful man and he's crazy there. And I don't understand why the referee gives that match to him.
Hey, Pedro, did you know, did you realize you were throwing Dick Worley aside?
I want to say one thing, sir. First of all, the referee don't have no business to hold me like that. He can be in the front of me, try to stop me, but when he grabbed me like that in the hand, you can see behind, I want to show you. You see, he don't have no business to hold me. He can try to stop me, but not the way. You see how he hooked? I see many men get hurt that way when the referee grabbed the other wrestler, you know. Yeah. And I want to say one thing. I don't know, like I say, I don't know how I lost that match, but I'm ready for Snuka. Not only to Snuka, to anybody. I want to prove to all the fans that I can take care of myself, and I challenge it to anybody. I don't care who.
Okay. All right, there it is. You heard the words of Pedro Morales, and he says he'll take on Snuka or anybody else. Doesn't matter to him. Woo! Hold on, fans. There's more. But first, Burt Lancaster was nominated for Best Actor in Atlantic City. So let's watch.
teach me stuff?
Susan Sarandon. Like what? She has the ambition.
What you know?
Burt Lancaster has the experience. I'll think about it.
Just hand him this. I'll wait outside.
Hey, you ain't trying to set me up now, are you?
I'm trusting you. I left a fortune in your apartment.
Alone, they might not make it. Together, they might not survive. Because they're betting their lives on one big score. Tell those hoods to leave the women alone. What they're looking for, I got.
It's over now. I want the money. Come on, you know what I'm talking about.
Money.
A room for me and my mother.
Glad to see you're born again.
Burt Lancaster. Anyone ever take care of you like I did? Did you? Susan Sarandon. Atlantic City. For everyone who's ever needed one more chance.
Greensboro, North Carolina. Blue trunk, 245 pounds. Steve Brevin. And the opponent, black with the hat, trunks to match, cowboy boots from El Paso, Texas, 333 pounds, Blackjack Mulligan.
What a big dude, Cal. What a big man, huh?
Yeah, there's an Andre the Giant. He's the biggest.
For this 20-minute or less match, Barney Sullivan.
The People magazine did a real nice piece on both Adrian Adonis and Jesse Ventura. This current issue this week was passed in People magazine, and really tremendous. Nice tribute to wrestling and these two gentlemen also. Well, there's the big boot. Now goes Steve Travis.
Travis is stunned.
Mulligan's coming out like there's a plane to catch. He wants this over fast, it looks like. Head smash the top of the ring rope, and down he goes.
Boy, Travis is in another world right now. Out the ring he goes.
Travis.
Oh, he drops full drop. Right on the concrete. Boy, he's holding his head. He doesn't know what to hold first. Everything hurts. Travis is turned into a
like the size guy can throw you with one hand.
Oh, he's going out after him.
Oh, this is
up
bad
against the pole. This is terrible. Oh, that's it.
His head smashed on the ring rope.
Oh, look out. Let's get out of here.
Ring post. Here he comes again. Oh! All right, Travis had enough smarts.
Travis's part.
He had enough smarts to put his foot up there.
And get him pumped together.
I don't know, that's enough to take care of this big guy.
Travis is not afraid of him.
No, he's not.
Trying to soften him up.
Oh, man.
Oh, that knee right in the chin. He stuck it right into it.
Right into it. Walked in with open arms. They're ready for the claw, maybe, huh? The claw coming up, maybe?
Do we get it censored, or do we see it, huh?
I don't know. There goes the claw. Woo.
That is some show.
Certainly is. Well, they're on the ropes. They should be breaking this. And that's up to Barney Sullivan. If he can. Right back again.
Barney's letting him do it.
Count of three, and he still doesn't break it.
Barney's letting him do it.
Blue, down he goes. Travis down to our right. Flat down on the floor. And there's a tight close-up of it. Travis down.
I guess the rules have gone out the window tonight, huh?
Looks like it, huh?
Uh-oh, here comes trouble. Oh, I don't believe what I'm seeing.
What size this guy?
Look at this.
He wants him inside the ring, I'll tell you. He could have really had it.
Yeah, that's going to be for the blows that he gave him.
Cross the ring. All right, here we go.
Travis isn't done yet.
Drop it, stop, kick it, down goes Mulligan. Another drop, kick it, down he goes again. Mulligan now on the run.
I can't believe the way Travis was able to recover because he's still rocking. He can hardly stand up.
These guys are incredible.
Mulligan says, don't worry about it. I'm going to come in and get you. I would say at this point, Barney Sullivan might just as well not be in there.
He might as well, too.
Kind of a mismatch, isn't it? Here comes the claw gun.
All right,
by
he's
the
got him
pieces,
now.
huh? That's incredible pain.
Well, he's been there twice. On the front of their throat.
What do you say? This is incredible pain.
Blackjack Mulligan's been there twice on Travis. On the front of the throat, now on the back. Back of the neck. Incredible strength he shows.
Oh, he's got that entire muscle just crushed.
Bring it! Ring the bell! Ring the bell!
He just ring the bell? Yeah. No submission yet. If there's gotta be one.
Yelling Andre.
They really are.
There's no quitting Travis, none whatsoever.
He's trying to get it on, but I don't know how in the world well, that bought him a little time. His shoulder's blocking, down went Mulligan.
Human effort, mistake.
Amazing.
Mistake.
You know, it's one thing to want to be macho and do a job against Mulligan, but I'll tell you, you might as well go quietly with him. There's that claw, extra pressure from the position that Mulligan holds over Steve Travis right now. Travis, he's talking about agony. Who's that agony?
Boy, they grow him to
18 feet tall. He just ring the bell. Maybe what Mulligan in all respect, maybe he's saying, look, ring the bell. I want to kill this guy.
There's a hushed silence in this packed spectrum because people know the pain that Travis is enduring. And it's just an awed respect for what's going on in the ring right now.
Yeah.
And look at that photography. Look at those pictures.
Talk about where it is. There it is, man.
The camera's right down.
Look at him, trying to get back. Look at him. Look.
He's tough. Now this is one tough kid.
He's a tough apple, man. He's tough as right. Look at him. He's back on one now. Back on both feet. A little wobbly, but he's back up. Give the guy credit.
He's trying with the elbow.
The elbows.
Left elbow.
He hasn't broken that yet. I don't know if he's going to. I don't know where he's getting his straight. He's almost out himself. Side headlock.
Travis has a strong left hook. What happens now?
They both were down. This could be it. That's 1, 2, and that's it. Okay.
Get there.
Can we get this guy? All right, let's get Mulligan.
Fall, 6 minutes, 46 seconds, the winner, Blackjack Mulligan.
Notice Cal, I put you between Mulligan and myself. Blackjack Mulligan, the winner of this match tonight.
Obviously, being an unbiased sports announcer that you two gentlemen are, I'm sure that you didn't side with me or side with Travis or side with anybody else. I'm sure you kept it right down the middle, right?
Right.
Being unbiased?
Right.
Let me tell you two people something. You armchair quarterback sitting down here trying to call a match. Somebody as great as Jack Mulligan is, nobody knows what's going to happen. Nobody knows what's coming up next. Because, brother, deep down inside, Blackjack Mulligan has got that instinct to take a man apart if he wants to. Backlund, you're nobody to me. What we are talking about is Andre the Giant. I am the only giant, legitimate, United States, homebred, West Texan, and that big freak idiot comes over here and beats every American. I'm ashamed of you, and I'm ashamed of you not sticking with good old American beef. Now what's going to happen here, gentlemen, is that one, Andre the Giant has got his equal. Two, I'm a good old cornbread, homespun, cornbread, beans, potatoes, football player. I don't quit. We're taught from the grade one not to quit. And you see something, Andre, you've never faced anything like that in your life. You have no idea, brother, what it is. 10 seconds to go, third down, time's running out, and you're behind. That's what's going to happen to you. Two, I want to be referred to from this point on as Andre the Giant. Killer. I'll have to take all of his contracts. I'll have to take all of his endorsements. Lee Majors will have to call me. He won't call Andre anymore. I'll have to take Farrah Fawcett out. I'll have to take Jacqueline Kennedy out.
All right, okay,
The mayor will
okay.
have to come and get me.
Right.
I will have to take all his
Okay.
endorsements. All the
Put him
people
down, Cal. Put him away, baby. We'll be back with more wrestling after you look at the movies coming up in Prism in June.
Yeah, but he said he pulled the girl out of the car. And I would like you to forget about her.
Yeah, that's what I heard just before the tire blew out. You're right, it was a shot.
We recorded a murder. So that it never happened.
Still loose ends. Witnesses. The girl, I decided to terminate her.
Hey, Rodman, listen.
We were ahead.
Were we had ever?
We were ahead. You didn't hear what he said to me. He said, "Don't try to talk to me anymore." He didn't have to tell me that. We'll never try to talk to him anymore.
I don't want him anymore.
He gave us Washington's farewell address.
Gee
Is what
whiz,
he
man,
did.
I just said Blackjack Mulligan, and he says, and he took it. I don't.
Hey, he must have been a disc jockey in West Texas.
And he stared at you and then looking over at me, and I'm thinking, hey, does he show up more energy left to, to take us on? I don't need him.
Here comes the champ.
All right, Bob Backlund.
Red, white, and blue.
Red, white, and blue for sure. There he is. Now let's get the announcement.
Wrestling fans, this is the main event of the evening. It is for the World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship. It is set for one fall to a finish. Introducing first the manager, the Golden Boy, Arnold Stolen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the participants. In the corner to my left, the challenger from Kansas City, 248 pounds, Cowboy Bob Orton. His opponent this evening, hailing from Princeton, Minnesota, 239 pounds. He is the current World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Champion, Bob Backlund.
Backlund really looks ready tonight, doesn't he?
Absolutely.
All right, there's Mario Savoli showing Bob Orton the belt. And Orton's calling over to Bob Backlund's corner, saying that's what I'm going to be wearing after tonight.
Superplex versus the chicken wing.
That's right. I'll tell you. when Backlund took me aside and showed me in private, showed me that chicken wing hole, I tell you, man, he says, now I'm going to be easy on you. I said, I hope so. And he did. I'll tell you, you could feel it. You talk about what a powerful guy. Backlund is incredible. One of the wrestlers, I won't tell you who, told me that. He says he's probably he's the best conditioned athlete, wrestling-wise at least, that he's ever seen.
Yeah. No question about it. You see how he works out, Dick Graham.
Yep. All right, Orton, Backlund, there they are. No place to hide.
How's that for an exhibition, huh?
Backlund looks ready. Last month he had that really severely bruised knee. But I asked him tonight, how's the knee? He says, no problem. No problem tonight. He was wrestling on one leg last month.
Yeah.
Not tonight. These guys have similar backgrounds, collegiate football players. And great competitors. Oh! Orton almost out of the ring.
I'll tell you, Bob is sweet lightning, and he's ready for Freddie.
Yes, he is.
Look at the way he's poised. This is speed. And at that weight, it's remarkable.
Well, we might see the superplex tonight or the chicken wing. Superplex by Orton, and the chicken wing maybe by Backlund. I said, you're going to use it. He says, depends. If I have to, I will. I'll tell you, I wouldn't want to be on the real receiving end of that hole. All right, abdominal stretch.
Coiling him.
Oh! How about that break? Not bad. Nice maneuver by Bob Orton.
Well, Orton said that Bob Backlund ran out on a high school match on him.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
Well, that was then. That was like yesterday. This is now. He can talk all he wants about that, but there's no place to run now, so why discuss it? As far as I think Backlund would be concerned. I don't know whether it's true or not what Orton says, but... All right, side headlock by Orton on the champion, although we've seen this many times, so not to get too upset. Strong man to Orton. And a reversal.
Bob has a counter for everything, doesn't he?
Yep. Oh! Look at that. Look at that.
Put him down.
Look at that.
Put him down. Humiliated him with a takedown.
Our next match tonight, fans, will be the steel cage match. Jesse, the Body Ventura, and Tony Atlas, Mr. USA.
But there'll be a lot on the screen while they set up the cage, won't there?
Oh, yeah. Well, you've got some interesting comments with Tony Atlas. I, for the first time, was able to interview Jesse the Body. I'll tell you, I like the guy. I really do. Very likable. But I'll tell you, don't mess with him. Don't mess with him.
He's here with his wife and little boy.
Oh, is she a doll? Is she
little
a
boy's
Hollywood
a doll, too.
Is she a model looking lady?
Yeah, she's cute.
And the little kid is cute as can be. Oh, boy. Well, okay.
Test the strength.
Orton may be going down, coming back up. Back and trying to get it on. Oh! Look at that. Didn't even break. Look at it. Look. Oh, man. You're seeing some wrestling maneuvers tonight, fans. Backlund never seems to surprise.
That's an amazing exhibition. That was fantastic.
He surprises you every month. You see him here at the Spectrum, you think, what can he do different?
If they ever do wrestling highlights here again, and they will, I hope they have that little piece of tape where we just saw there.
Randy Seidman, our producer, I'm sure he's making a mental note of that. If he hasn't, he already has now. We've pinned him into a corner. Bob Ayers, all the guys tonight doing a tremendous job as usual. The slow-mo cameras in the Spectrum here, catching all the action. Here comes Orton. Hey, ho, ho. Look at that, look at that. You ever see a guy take another? Oh, ho.
Bob's got to go out and regroup.
I never saw a man take out another man lying on his back, though, the way Backlund did. Woo! Too much.
Orton is a picture of frustration at this point, and now the fans are getting on him.
Look at it, he's figuring out, what can I do here? The fans are loving this tonight, I'll tell you. Whoa! He's going to think it over some more, and I'll tell you the truth. I don't blame him. There's a lot at stake. The belt's at stake, the championship. He wants to think it over, where he might come from, coming back in the ring again.
Tying his shoes.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Mario's pretty, yeah, I'm starting to talk over you there. Mario's pretty aggressive, too.
Well, he's on top of it.
Yeah, well, after what happened to Dick Worley.
But you know, you listen to Pedro and you say, hey, he says a man can get hurt being held by a referee. There's an arm drag takedown there. Scissors, head scissors by Backlund on Orton. And the fans are loving it. They're seeing a little scientific wrestling here in a way. They're loving it. That Backlund is too much.
Oh, that's tough on the ears.
Yes, it is.
That'll give you cauliflower ears. Can you imagine what Bob's head feels like? Orton, I mean. He cannot break. Oh, my.
Is he doing it to him?
That's like a steel vise, Dick.
Yeah. Well, the shape that Backlund's in. Backlund is never more than an hour or two as he can away from working out. This man is incredible. Whoa! Uh-oh. Look at that bridge. You believe that? Oh, incredible. Beautiful. 1, 2. Look at the...
Superhuman strength. Now, that's superhuman
Are you
strength.
kidding?
Now, that is Superman time.
Sal, if you told me about that, I wouldn't believe it. As long as I've known you. 1, 2.
I knew he wouldn't hold him. But Orton is totally frustrated. He has met the master, has he?
Yes.
Yeah, look at Bob nodding his head up and down. Look at that.
He knows.
Look at Bob. Look at Backlund. Bob is at the height of his wrestling prowess.
Yes, he is. You can't get any better.
Yeah, Bob's applauding him. Bob's applauding him. Not for the championship.
For old time's sake, let's shake hands, huh?
Come on, wrestle. Let's go. Wrestle.
The fans are saying, don't buy that, Backlund, or I got a bridge I'll sell you. Backlund wants to believe, but just can't. All right. So much for that. That's out of the way. Now we get back to gouging and everything else. Clean break? Clean break? Maybe. Savoli's crazy. He walked between them. Is he crazy? Oh. All right, on the rope. Maybe a clean break. I don't know. Oh! No clean break. That was a forearm. Backlund took it, and he's down. Backlund is down and outside the ring.
Well, that's as hard a blow as I ever saw, Dick. I can't believe one elbow smash that had that kind of impact.
Well, I'll tell you.
Here comes big trouble. I mean, big trouble.
Whoa! Smash and down goes.
Let's get out of the way, man.
Whoa.
Let's get out of the way.
There's a smash to Backlund's head. Backlund very much to the short end of being hustled back in the ring by Orton.
I mean, Bob is ready to do it. Backlund knows a few tricks too, doesn't he? Huh? You want a rough house?
He's gone after him. Here he is. He shoved his head down.
Yeah, Bob's not going to make the mistake of getting counted out of the ring.
That's right.
He's been caught in that trap once too often, right, Dick?
He's too smart for that, Cal. Somebody told me, Cal, you're putting a group together to buy 20th Century Fox and CBS in New York. Is that right?
Yeah.
You rascal. All right. The music maven, Cal Rudman.
This match is really fascinating. Dick.
I'll tell you, this really is.
I'm really totally engrossed in it. Oh my! Here comes a war.
Right on top of that. Whoa! Backlund went over. People on the other side of the wrought iron railing, watering the ring.
Orton finally got his moment, and that was the moment.
Yes, he did.
Meanwhile, he's being counted out.
Yeah, he's got to get back in the ring. Oh, he's got back in.
He's counting fast now. Savoli's counting real fast. Oh, that was a vicious stomp to the head.
All right, Orton's indicating the timekeeper, and then he final watch that he wants the belt. He's going to wear it. Backlund finally is on this side of the railing, but not in a position to get back in yet.
Yeah, Backlund is really dazed, badly dazed. But he's ready to come in. But he's in no position to. He's getting hit in the head very hard.
He's getting stomped.
What a beating Backlund's taking now.
Uh-oh. Here is suplex.
No, he's going for the superplex. He's setting him up for it.
He's setting him up for the superplex. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't think he's going to pull it off.
It's a headbutt by Backlund on Orton. He's down, Orton goes. Now backed up, and I'll tell you.
How's that for a flying smack?
A flying forearm, man.
Yeah, he put him into next week with that one. Boy, his father, Bob Orton Sr., felt that one.
That's for sure. Whoever he is. 1, 2, 3.
And Senior's in California.
He felt it. He knew.
Watch this.
Backlund maybe
Watch
was
this.
this.
He's balancing him. Look at that. Was that a feat of strength and balance?
You know, you see it, and do you believe it?
Orton is tough, though. Orton is tough. He broke that.
Oh!
Small package. No. Couldn't hold it. No. Oh, did he hit him?
Oh.
Backlund knows he hit him. Look at him nodding his head. Orton
He wants it back in again. He's out again. Woo! Orton wants to buy time at this point of time.
Orton is really dazed.
Yes, he is.
His eyes are half shut. Or he's playing possum, one or the other.
All right, here we go.
Thomas pile driver's got him perfectly balanced. Look at this, Dick Graham. Here he goes.
He rolls him over. I don't know whether Backlund has a count of 2.
That was on instinct.
Yeah.
You see, you have to be able to fight knocked out.
You
in
see
a
it
World
all
Wrestling Federation.
You're absolutely right, Sal, and you see it all the time here.
Yeah.
At the
He was knocked out and he broke it. On
side headlock. Oh! Count of 2 on both of them. Count of 3. Count of 4. Count of 5. Savoli still counts. 6. 7. 8. 9. Whoops. Well, that was it. Count of 9. Both these guys are so tired. Backlund still on top of Orton.
How do they punch knocked out? I don't understand it.
Look at himself. Orton is jammed against the top turnbuckles. He's hanging on by a thread.
Orton is in a world of darkness.
Oh, man. Come on.
I don't know how they do that.
Every time.
I don't know how they... But I don't know how he responded. He was really out. doesn't want to take a chance of going out. This is an amazing. I said it before, but I can't stop repeating it. This is probably one of the most memorable matches I've ever seen.
Another kick to the head by Backlund on Orton. Kick to the head by... Woo! Beautiful drop kick. And down goes Orton, out goes Orton. And out goes Backlund.
One after him now.
He's going to take him over.
No, he's thrown him back in the
back
ring.
in.
That's where he wants him. Orton's running for his life.
He better crawl faster than that.
He's going to bust him now.
Oh,
he's got big plans for him now.
Oh, man.
He's got to go in.
He wants, oh,
he's got a rope on him.
He's got a rope or strap or something on him.
Orton gave up.
And now Backlund can't squeeze.
That's it.
That's it.
When Orton did that, you knew he was a desperate, defeated man. And that's it.
Backlund coming in the ring again with a strap. Backlund is upset.
Orton's running for his life.
Well, he retains that belt. That's all he knows.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time of the match, 16 minutes, 12 seconds. Bob Backlund counted out of the ring. The winner of the match, Cowboy Bob Orton.
All right. Backlund's upset. We got to see a rematch. I don't know, because Backlund is...
Yeah, he's hot. I will tell you, he's going back to the dressing room. He's going to raise some ruckus there.
All right, they're going to get the steel cage set up here as we watch Bob Backlund and Orton in the last stages of his preceding match. And there's the choke that Orton has on Backlund.
Well, he's got a belt.
He has a belt from somewhere. Okay, fans, we'll be back in just a moment with a preview of the steel cage match. But first, let's watch Bill Murray in Strike.
Oh, no.
Personal problems got you down.
You can't go. All the players are going to die.
Well, the U.S. Army can turn your life around.
Before I knew it, she was walking next to me. Didn't know I did.
Join a whole new breed of professionals. Get your body into incredible shape. Master important career skills.
What are you going to do with that?
And represent your country in foreign lands.
So am I to understand that you men completed your training on your own?
That's the fact, Jack. Bill Murray in Stripes.
Okay, back here at ringside at the Spectrum. The lights are on at the Spectrum, and things have kind of cooled down. Some of the people are taking the moment of the setting up of the steel cage around the ring to just sort of take it easy and go out for a little refreshment and come back here in just for a few minutes and see the Jesse Ventura Tony Atlas steel cage match. And I'm telling you, it's going to be something. Well, Cal, you know something? I've said this I don't know how many times before. Every month, I think, you know, we have seen it all. And then the next month, we see it all over again and then some.
Yeah, this is something today, that strangulation with a belt. I know Backlund, I tried to get him to talk, but he was so livid, and Arnold Stolen, he was going back to the dressing room, to the commission, to do something about it. Right. But no question about this, that Bob Orton turned chicken, and he turned yellow, and he quit, and he was all mouth, and he might as well go back to Chicago and the NWA, because he isn't ready for the World Wrestling Federation.
Well, certainly he's not ready for Backlund, because Backlund has clearly said, here I am.
He ate him up.
He did.
He ate him up, and he had to resort to a belt, and he quit, and he turned into dog. That's all. He turned into dog meat. That's all there is to it.
Well, you saw it all.
And if he wants to be a man, let him get in a steel cage with Bob Backlund now, where he can't run. That's all. It's the only way Orton can redeem himself to the fans in Philadelphia and Delaware Valley and along the prison cable system.
Well, you know, we talked earlier to Jesse the Body Ventura about tonight's match. Well, let's hear what the Body has to say.
You know, it's only a formality that we call these fellows by name. Jesse the Body Ventura. Everybody knows who he is because they just recognize him. He's on the street or whether he's in the wrestling arena, such as here at the Spectrum. Jesse the Body Ventura. And he's got his work cut out tonight. We're going to get to that in just a second. A real nice interview on both you and Adrian Adonis in this week's edition of People Magazine.
That's right. People Magazine has recognized the East-West Connection as the greatest tag team in the annals of professional wrestling history. People Magazine. I mean, there's Adonis and me with James Fonda, Liz Taylor, all of my friends. I've made it up with my friends. The Rolling Stones, you name it, Adonis and Ventura are right there with them. And I just want to say one thing, you know, I got a new girlfriend now. She's nastier than I am, Renee Garrett.
She can't be nastier than you.
Oh, this woman is nasty. But now let's get on to action. Let's talk about tonight.
No place to hide.
There's no place to hide, nowhere to go, and it'll be settled once and for all. You know, I embarrassed Atlas in a pose down. I should be Mr. USA. I flashed him arm wrestling. He got lippy, so I beat him up a little. Now, I beat him in the last. Outsmarted him. He's got nothing between his ears. Tonight, there's nowhere to run. Big Tony Atlas, Mr. USA, will go down. And after tonight, Jesse the Body Ventura will be a name on the lips in households all over the world. People Magazine, Rolling Stone Magazine, you name it, the Body will be there. But I will tell you this, my wrestling career is drawing to a close. What can I say?
You think I'm going to argue with him? Jesse the Body Ventura going against Tony Atlas tonight?
Bonus.
Well, I'd rather you told him that. I'd prefer not to.
I'll tell him.
There it is, fans. Anything can happen. Don't go away.
Okay, Cal Rudman, you're through to Dick Graham here ringside of the Spectrum, and they're putting the steel cage match up, as you see on your screen right now. And they are busy, these guys. Get a lot of credit to the ringsiders, these workmen who do such a marvelous job in such a short period of time. They are really pros. They do a great job, and they don't really get the credit as some of us who appear on television do. Anyway, Cal, some comments about Tony Atlas. You talked to him briefly before we began tonight.
Well, I don't know whether Tony Atlas will be able to take Jesse the Body, but he's a very interesting down guy. So we got down, we got up, we got funky, and we got bad.
So let's have a look and a listen to Mr. USA, Tony Atlas, and his interview with Cal Rudman.
Well, this is Cal Rudman with you here at the Spectrum, and I am with Tony Atlas. Tony, I heard you talking about what you were going to do in this bout, and I love the way you express yourself, because where I come from, southwest corner of 7th and Burst in North Philadelphia, we talk like that too. Be running up the side of somebody's head, put a hurt in their butt. There you go. Now, when you knock somebody down, can they count to 100 and fractions over them? They still not going to get up?
So my father always told me, and he said, when you get a man down, you ain't supposed to let him up. Because if you let him up, he's liable to get you down and might not let you up. You know, once you you know, get the opportunity to TCB, take care of business. You're supposed to go ahead about it. You ain't supposed to be shucking and jabbing and playing around and giving somebody the upper hand because, like say, for example, you got somebody in the ring like the Animal Steel or Jesse the Body Ventura. If either one of these people should get the advantage of you, I mean, case closed, you know, they ain't going to let you up. They ain't going to give you a something thing. Most of the time in professional wrestling, just like professional football player. If you're a professional football player and you're a running back, once they give you the ball, you got one thing to run. Before some 270-pound man tackle you and make you feel like not running the ball again. And the same thing.
Intimidate you, right?
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that match last time? I was the guy wiping the blood from your head and you swung your arm around me. They reran that on the TV. Did you know that was me wiping the blood? Oh, you got your head busted on the table in front of me?
I didn't know what was.
Yeah, that was me. I felt bad for you. I hope I don't have to do that for you today.
Oh, no.
I don't think so.
No, I ain't gonna. I'm gonna try not to let him get to me.
I know.
You know, I'm gonna try to keep him off on me.
I want to ask you about something else. This new movie's coming out, Rocky 3. You know, and Hulk Hogan is in it. And I met Burt Young in Atlantic City at the fight, and he told me that Hulk Hogan steals the picture. It's at an arena in Philadelphia. Right. But I want to ask you about this Mr. T, this bodyguard for Muhammad Ali. Now, a lot of people heard about him. He's been on TV throwing midgets around, and Sylvester Stallone was on Johnny Carson talking about how he saw him on TV. Now, you don't know the dude, but he's not a professional wrestler. Now, about how long you think he would last in a steel cage with you? I won't even talk about Jesse the Body. Mr. T, what do you think?
As long as it takes me to hit him.
How long would it take you to get to him?
As soon as I see him. You know, no do not lay eyes on him. You know, if I make contact with him with his opposite suit bone, you know, he's all over but the shouting, you know.
Well, how good can he be if he's not a professional wrestler? Now, he's already got this reputation. Now, what can a guy like that really do, in your opinion?
Well, you know, it's hard to tell because you really can't judge the individual until you meet him. But I got confidence in myself to know that anything that hadn't been trained, you know, for physical contact, I'm worrying about Mr. T whooping me just about as much as I'm worrying about my grandmother whooping me, you know?
Well, like I like to say, if you hit him, his grandmother would feel it, and she's dead.
Oh, yeah. If I have to fight him, I wear a solid white suit and a top hat and wouldn't even take my hat off. Yeah, I'd beat him like a drum.
Right upside his head.
Yeah,
right?
I'd tighten up
put
on
a
his
hurt
mouth.
on him.
Yeah, tighten up on his mouth.
All right. Keep on talking, Tony. Yeah. All right. We're going to be right back. Keep talking, Tony. Inside him.
Knock him in the middle of next week.
All right.
And
I'll be hurting him. I put a hurt on his butt and I run upside his head. And I stomp him.
Who's going to argue with him?
Are you going to argue with him, Dick?
No, man. No.
I ain't playing with him now.
Hey, there you go, Cal. There's a look at the steel cage. These guys are just phenomenal. They're almost finished erecting the steel cage. And, oh, by the way, our fan of the month is in attendance tonight. He's Frank Parker. Here, hey, there they are, with wife Diane and friends Shavers Williams and wife Carmela. I'm sure they're enjoying the nice action. Had a nice chance to talk to them before the matches tonight, and real nice people, real nice to talk to.
And the
that guy, Frank Parker,
look how pretty
they are. And that Parker guy, I tell you, he's a giant. And I understand his friend Shavers is videotaping this whole thing tonight, so I guess you're hearing our comments. So there you have it. That's a look at our wrestling fans of the month, and they're just happy to be here from Jersey, and we're glad to see them too. Okay. So, Cal?
Yeah.
It's time to announce the Prism Wrestling Fan of the Month for June. She's Mrs. B. Giordano of Cardiff, New Jersey. We know that she's watching tonight with her grandson, Edward Gibbon. Congratulations. We'll be in touch with you. You'll be hearing from us before very long, and our congratulations again, Mrs. Giordano.
I love to hear that the grandmas are watching with their grandson.
Are you kidding?
I mean, you expect the grandfathers, but when a grandma's there, makes warms the cockles in my heart.
Old grandmom show here at the Spectrum to watch all the goings on too. They show up here. They like all the action and love the movies. Pardon me?
So we had some good matches so far tonight. I would say the highlight of the evening so far was the confrontation of Bob Orton and Bob Backlund.
Had to be.
And it was basically a scientific match. And
no question that Bob Backlund revealed that he is the wrestling superior to Bob Orton.
What really is not bothering me, but what's on my mind is how it's turned around. Because here's Orton. He tried to play it kind of funny, and all of a sudden he came back with a handshake, and I guess they said, okay, let's be reasonably, together on this whole thing. And all of a sudden it just turned into a fierce
I think
brawl.
the turning point, Dick, was when Bob Backlund revealed his superhuman strength.
Could be.
He did some reversals and some moves that required superhuman strength. And that was the one factor that Bob Orton had not calculated on.
Well, Backlund shows us something new all the time. I said that earlier, but he amazes me, you know?
Well, as you said earlier, what did you say about his conditioning, Dick?
He's a superhuman person. He loves to exercise. If he's not playing racquetball, he told me, even on a plane, he does a long trip from the Orient. He's coming back from Japan, a long flight, you know what they are. He's exercising to some degree. The guy just won't quit. He knows what it takes to become a champion, and he knows what it takes to maintain the championship image and the belt.
Eloquently put there, Dick. It's the maintaining. And he has superhuman strength. So what you're telling me is that when Bob Orton's sleeping, Bob Backlund is rocking, working hardy for his party.
That's it.
And if you want to sit and be watching television and drinking beer and smoking cigarettes,
I got it.
You can't get in the ring with Bob Backlund and win. And getting frustrated and crying like a baby and pulling a belt and strangling and disgracing yourself in a championship match for the World Wrestling Federation Championship, then I'm sorry. So the only way Orton can come back, he's going to have to get into a steel cage with Bob Backlund if he's got the guts to do it.
Well, the thing is,
and that's questionable.
All right, let's check on the matches we saw earlier tonight. And here, look at Backlund. All right, he goes over the back of Orton. There's a count briefly of one, maybe. But look at the bridging. Look at the bridging that Backlund, he's underneath. He's using his own leverage, lifts his own body and that of Orton. And Orton, he did this time and time again.
Look at Orton's face, the frustration on that face.
He walked around in front of us, coming around the ring corner, and Cal, you look at his face, he just couldn't understand, what do I do? How do I beat this guy? I've got all the moves, but I can't take it. I can't take it.
Well, Bob Backlund had every move that Orton had, and then some, and then he had superhuman strength to boot.
Well, that's why he's the champ. That's right. Well, looky here. Looky here. Here comes Tony Atlas. All right, comes Tony Atlas in the ring. Very popular here at the Spectrum. What a magnificent guy, huh? Nice guy to talk to. Nice guy to watch wrestle. I'm sure before long, when Jesse the Body enters the main area of the Spectrum, the crowd will also go wild. He turneth people on. And obviously has a very lovely wife, too. But he is a doll.
Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent making his way to the ring at this time.
Here he comes.
San Diego, California, weighing 275 pounds, Jesse the Body Ventura. This match is set for one fall to a finish.
That I'm sitting in there and you're not coming into there with me. And you're shutting this door.
I'm shutting it down. He's given Barney Solomon a ration of his mind.
Shut up!
Here comes the Body. Here comes the Bod.
Jesse's checking it.
He's checking for real. Jesse the Bod.
I ain't no animal, and I don't deserve to be put in no ring quit so much, he looks like Willie C from the Atlanta Zoo. Woo!
There he is, believe him or not, Jesse the Bod. And he is just that. He is nasty, though. Only what he wants to be. In our interview tonight, nice guy. Liked him. Really did. But boy, I'll tell you, he's turned on. The nasty part of him has come out. He's giving it to Tony Atlas right now. Turn them on or not, huh?
Love it. It's something. Yeah. This is quite an evening, I must say. This is quite an evening.
I asked Jesse earlier as we were preparing for the interview if his wife, beautiful girl, had anything to do with his accessories. He said, no, she's not quite as big. She's not quite as eccentric as I am. I said, hey, wealthy people are eccentric. Guys like us, we're crazy. He said, well, maybe you're right. But he's a very good guy and expect, really, he says, I may not be wrestling much longer, Dick, because I got a feeling Hollywood is calling me. And he may be right there.
Yeah, well, Hulk Hogan certainly, I understand, steals the picture, Rocky 3. As we said, we ran into Burt Young, went to the fight with Larry Sharpe in the Harrah's Casino last Sunday, and Burt Young said that Hulk Hogan stole the movie with that scene that he's in.
Well, 6 or 8 months ago, the last time I talked to Hulk Hogan here at the Spectrum, he was telling me how he had this picture going with Sylvester Stallone's Rocky 3, and he said, I'm really excited about it because I want to turn toward Hollywood showbiz.
I want you to open it right now. Open it up right now.
Jesse feels very uncomfortable in the cage. He really does.
Yeah, he doesn't like it.
He feels like it.
Doesn't like it at all.
Very, very restricted.
My goodness. Look at this. Look at what he's saying to him. Come on in.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Well, we don't have to worry about anybody getting their head busted on our table in this match. We're
No,
doing.
not tonight.
Not tonight.
Not for a few minutes.
Not here.
Well, again, we've used the term often. There's no place to run tonight, fans. Gets to the top of the top rope, and down he goes. Pulled back down again. Atlas on top of Jesse. The body's taking a terrible pounding right now. These guys have been enemies for quite a while now. Tony very much in control. A flying headbutt. Down goes Ventura. Oh, mercy. Oh! Oh! Tony a little upset. He had his head. He thought Ventura was going to have his head diced in the ring outer perimeter. How's that grab it? There's a headbutt again, and ooh, the body goes down, collapses. Oh, don't tell me, Tony wants out already?
I don't believe what I'm seeing.
Not this kid. There goes the door.
I can't believe Tony's taking his time the way he was.
Jesse jamming Tony Atlas. Now take him over toward the corner. Coming our way. Whoa, same thing happened to him that happened to Ventura a few minutes ago. Now he's there taunting. He's taunting. Ventura looks at me and says he's going to get it now.
Yeah.
Oh! That's the tactic used by Tony Atlas so often. There's a forearm smash, a chop to the neck, and down goes Atlas. Well, they yell for Tony, and some are yelling for the body. I don't know whether evenly divided or not. Tony's head jabbed against the fence, the cage, and down he goes. Ventura gloating over it, strutting. Ventura turning on the crowd.
Well, Ventura certainly could have gotten out. He certainly has Atlas stunned enough to get out if he wanted to.
There's a lot to prove tonight for both these guys.
He's got to prove something.
Atlas is bleeding already. He's bleeding from the forehead right over the eyebrow.
Yeah.
A little scratch maybe, I don't know.
Atlas is stunned, but he's starting to come to. Ventura's taking his time.
Ventura,
I think that's a mistake.
That's the ego, man.
No, it's ego. Not yet. His fatal mistake, right?
Well,
possibly.
Tony may wish he'd gone out the door faster than he tried to earlier. And Ventura may wish the devil he'd gotten over the top of the cage when he had it. Boy, he's bleeding.
Yeah.
Tony's bleeding from around the mouth, the nose, and the forehead, too.
He's badly cut.
He really is. And the body is loving it. Jesse's digging it. Let's face it, not his blood, the other guy.
Take a look at it. Take a look at it.
All right.
Well, his ego might be his undoing, huh?
Might be.
Ego centric.
Atlas is in really bad shape. The crowd is quiet, man. Listen, those are cheering for both of these guys in their own way, but they're quiet, basically. They're not expecting to see Atlas taking such a pounding. Takes an elbow and down he goes.
It's a wonder that Atlas is not unconscious. But he's getting his strength together, and I think we're going to see something pretty soon.
He's coming our way. Blood streaming down his face. Atlas, right near our broadcast location, and he is in bad shape. I don't believe that. Ventura biting on the forehead of Tony Atlas. The body is in a mean mood tonight, and he means business.
Well, if he were wise, he'd get out in a hurry. Instead of posing like an 8x10 glossy up there. I don't know why he didn't go out the door. What's the matter with him?
He's decided whether he wants to do that or not.
Here comes revenge.
Could be. Atlas doesn't believe. The blood is his, rolling down his cheek. It's in his eyes. Oh! Here it comes. Payback time has come. Probably. If he doesn't, he will soon.
It's a good time for the kids to go to bed if they haven't already. Get them out. This match is not for little kids.
I don't think Atlas gets out of here yet. He's bleeding.
He's bleeding now.
He's bleeding.
A very dangerous kind of a match, obviously. The most dangerous kind.
With Tony Atlas, at least in back of us. Ventura's bleeding from the head. He's taking a pounding now.
I'm sure he wished he went out that door long ago.
The blood streaming down both.
I'll tell you.
Faces.
You are seeing men being hit as hard as they can be hit. Look at this. 3, 4, 5.
Boom.
His face is a mass of blood, as you can plainly see.
Look at it, look at it, look. Just believe this.
And now you know why the Spectrum's full tonight. That's why this place is full tonight.
That's right.
The World Wrestling Federation. This is the way it is.
Oh. All right.
Anything goes.
Yeah, but man.
As far as I'm concerned, the smart one is the one that gets out of that place as quickly as possible.
That's right.
Well, look at him. He can't walk.
Wobbly. He's lost blood, as Atlas has.
And swallowed blood, too. They swallowed a lot of blood. He can't find the door.
Ventura's still coming down. Oh, man. These days, I don't even think he knows where the door is.
No.
He knows where the door is. Maybe he doesn't care. Oh, man.
That's brutal. That is brutal.
He's got a baby over the top. I don't know. Barely hold on.
Well, I don't think he's got the balance to get out. Atlas. They're both racing to get out at the same time.
Atlas got out. He went over the top first.
Now he's the one with the brains, huh?
Yep.
He's the one with the empty head.
Told him go give him a blood test. He stayed up all night to study for it. If a bird had his brains in mouth boxes.
All right. There you heard it. Tony Atlas going off under his own power. There he is.
Well, you heard Tony Atlas. He said if a bird had his brains, he'd fly backwards. Here, come here.
Come here, Jesse.
I want to know who helped him out of the ring. The man was stuck. Somebody helped him out of the ring. There's no way that dude could have got up after what I said to him. I got nothing to say to you.
All right, there you see some more of the action as you saw a few minutes ago.
Rick covered with his blood.
Yeah, I know.
I'll tell you, that's blood.
There he is, Tony Atlas over the top of the cage and over and out, and the winner. fans. Coming up in intermission will be wrestling ratings. Cal will interview Jimmy Snuka. And back by popular demand is the wrestling feature, Freeze Frame.
Teach me stuff. Susan Sarandon. Like what? She has the ambition.
What you know?
Burt Lancaster has the experience.
I'll think about it. You hand him this? I'll wait outside.
Yeah, you ain't trying to set me up now, are you?
I'm trusting you. I left a fortune in your apartment.
Alone, they might not make it. Together, they might not survive. Because they're betting their lives on one big score.
Leave the women alone. What they're looking for. Over now, I want some money. Come on, you know what I'm talking about. Money.
A room for you and my mother.
Glad to see you're born again.
Burt Lancaster. You will never take care of it like I did. Susan Sarandon. Atlantic City. For everyone who ever needed one more chance.
It's time now for the official wrestling rating. Returning to the Philadelphia area, Chief J. Strongbow is 10th. Ivan Polish Power Putski is 9th. Ranked 8th is Mr. USA, Tony Atlee. Cowboy Bob Orton is 7th. Adrian Adonis is rated 6th. Greg the Hammer Valentine is 5th. Ranked 4th is Pedro Morales. Third place belongs to Jesse the Body Ventura. 6'9" Blackjack Mulligan is 2nd. Jimmy Superfly Snuka is the top-rated challenger. And, of course, Bob Backlund is the champion. We'll be back with some interesting wrestling interviews after this.
Are you stuck in a dead-end job?
We're going to be killed!
Oh, no.
Slow down!
Not personal problems got you down.
You can't go! All the plants are gonna die!
Well, the U.S. Army can turn your life around.
Before I knew it, she was walking next to me.
Join a whole new breed of professionals. Get your body into incredible master important career skills. And represent your country in foreign lands.
So am I to understand that you men completed your training on your own?
That's the fact! That!
Bill Murray in Stripe.
Cal Rudman here at the Spectrum with the new arrival in the World Wrestling Federation, Jimmy Snuka. Pleasure to have you here, especially here in Philadelphia and Delaware Valley.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. You know, there's only one thing I'd like to mention to the people out there. Really let them know where I was born and raised. First, I was born in the Fiji Islands.
Right.
And I was raised up in Honolulu, Hawaii. And this is where I started my whole career from all three sports.
Did you do a lot of diving off those cliffs?
Yes, I've been doing a lot of diving. I love to go fishing. I like to surf. But especially, I like to go surfing a lot. I love the water. It's very important to me, yeah.
Now, you are what we call in professional wrestling a flyer. I don't think there's another flyer around at the present time. Is there, to your knowledge, Jim?
Well, as far as my knowledge in this wrestling business, I've never seen anybody have come close of doing the flying around in the ring as much as I do.
Well, of course, you know the legend, and this is before your time, but not before my time, the legendary late Argentina Rocker.
Yeah, well, I heard much about this man. I never seen him wrestle before because he must have been way before my time, before I came into this wrestling business. But I heard that he was a great man in what he did in those days. But today, I'm here today, and I believe that
Well, why don't you let me say it? You're a great man at flying.
Thank you very much.
Let me say, because you are, Jimmy, what you do is absolutely remarkable, that coming off the rope. How did this diving off cliffs and surfing and all of that you did, how did that enable you? Can you tell our audience, enable you to do and put it all on a line the way you do? How did that develop?
Well, first, like how this whole thing started off about the diving is that when we back home, when we used to be kids, we used to be having a lot of competitions and see who can go the highest in every cliff as you go along to see how high can you dive off the cliff.
How high did you go?
Well, myself, there was no other kids that came closer to me as far as diving off high cliffs.
This was in the Fiji Islands.
It was in the Fiji Islands and also in Honolulu, Hawaii.
And I'm sure some of them were remarkable. So for you to have been the top among people that good, it's really something.
Oh, yes. There was a lot of good competition.
Now, how did you develop it into wrestling? How did that translate into doing that into the ring?
Well, the whole thing came about is when I got to Honolulu, Hawaii, and I went to school there at the Church College of Hawaii. And I started out working out in the gym, and this is where it became where I met all the professional wrestlers through working out in the gym. So they finally got to talk to me about if I wanted to wrestle. And of course, I've been wrestling in school, you know, in college and stuff. And this is how it became. So when I started working out, the wrestlers been coming working out in the gym, and they talked me into about professional wrestling. And I said, well, but before that, I was going to represent Hawaii in the Mr. Universe contest in 1973. So then I either picked the choice of either going to the Mr. Universe contest or either getting to professional wrestling. So I took the choice of getting to professional wrestling. And when I finally got into it, and I developed myself pretty good as far as I know, and that's how it became when I started the wrestling, and that's how I brought up all these things about diving off the cliffs and everything. When I seen those turnbuckles, and I seen how high, you know, how high it is, and but the thing is that you got to really humiliate your opponent before you decide to dive on him, because if he happens to move, then you just might as well forget it.
Yeah. You're going for the championship, I assume. This is your dream?
Yes, sir. It's always been my dream, my life dream, coming to New York, you know, where the big city's at, because to me, I think this is where the main competition is around the world.
The World Wrestling Federation. How tough is our league, the World Wrestling Federation? Because I know you've been in Colorado and the Carolinas and Minneapolis and all over the country fulfilling your other contractual commitments. How would you rate our World Wrestling Federation?
Well, to me, I think this is one of the greatest wrestling professional businesses today, because this is where all the greatest wrestlers come to, because this is where they all come to meet, right here in New York, the Big Apple, and this is where the big time is at.
Well, good luck in your match with Pedro Morales, and it's been a pleasure to have you visit here in Delaware Valley, Philadelphia, the Spectrum, and I wish you all the luck in the world. You are a great man and a flyer, and I want to right on camera that I shook your hand and met you as many people that met Argentina Rocca before you. Jimmy Snuka, thank you.
Thank you very much, and I hope we get to see you people again.
He's a newspaper man with a big name in a big city.
You know what really happened that month? If I know, pretty soon Chicago. I don't know what you're talking about. Go ahead and touch.
He has friends in high places. He gets vacations he didn't even ask for.
The Rocky Mountains.
I'm sure you've heard of them.
She lives where the air is thin. She's an expert in her field. Her work means everything to her. And actually, they were both very happy. Until they met.
What a guy out there.
Why don't you throw a little trade off?
It's about friendship. Social encounters. Togetherness. And survival.
Never touch anyone on the street. They'll think you need help and they'll kill you.
John Belushi, Blair Brown, Continental Divide.
Reynolds is Jack Rose. He's sophisticated.
Well, you lead one a very merry chase, very merry indeed.
You can't be serious.
I've never been more serious in my life.
He's chic.
Thank you for the excellent stamping of my passport.
He's sensitive.
Give me another chance. Let me throw out.
Oh, sweet.
Leslie Ann Down is Jillian Bromley.
Jillian. Sounds like an amount. No, first thing after $1 billion.
She's the perfect partner for the perfect crime.
I steal things.
You were the Acme robbery company?
Together, they're about to pull off a gem of a robbery. Burt Reynolds, Leslie Ann Down, and David Niven in Rough Cut.
Excuse me for mentioning it, but we're about to become foot ornaments for a truck.
Rough Cut. It's flawless.
At approximately 3 p.m. on August 22nd, 1972, Sonny Wurtzing and Sal Naturale entered the First Brooklyn Savings Bank and attempted a robbery.
Nobody will get over there.
The attempt failed.
There's no money here.
For the people of the neighborhood, it was a sideshow. But for Sonny and Sal, the hostages, and the cops, it was a dog-day afternoon.
I had it planned. You keep away from the bank or we're going to start throwing bodies out the front door one at a time. They're going to give us anything we want. Get some food in here, some pizzas, all right? 1. Get a helicopter. 2. Take this to a jet. 3. I'm flying to the tropics.
Al Pacino,
We did it.
Dog Day Afternoon, a true story.
Wrestling fans, the next match is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing in the corner to my left, from Osaka, Japan, weighing 250 pounds, he is the current co-holder of the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Championship, Mr. Fuji. His opponent this evening, weighing 231 pounds, hailing from Charlotte, North Carolina, the fiery Rick McGraw.
Well, there's no quit in Rick McGraw.
No quit for sure, Cal. Talking to him earlier, he said, hey, I'll deal with the pain as we go. It's no big deal to me. That's the way it goes.
I spoke to Steve Travis during intermission. Said, Steve, that was quite a tough match. He said 6'8", 330 pounds. What can I tell you?
That's right. Well,
he gave it his best shot.
Yes, he did, hey. He hung in. What else?
So that's one half of the Carolina connection up against the Japanese connection.
And here's the other half tonight. Rick McGraw.
I love those pictures of you on freeze frame, Dick Ram.
Do you?
Look at this.
Whoa! Ho, ho, ho! Barney Solomon warning Mr. Fuji. Cut it out. Stop it. Cease and desist. If you please. All right, they lock horns and on the rope, a nice Japanese bow. Little. Rick said, "Hey, you turkey, I'm gonna put you away." Look at that bowing and stuff. Movie Friday the 13th will be seen following Spectrum Wrestling, or if you're watching the wrestling replay on Tuesday night, you'll see the fans at the conclusion of the action.
Well, Rick's getting hurt right now, Dick. Getting his seasons worked out.
Yeah, nobody's nice right now. No. Fuji's trying to push what it's doing. He's trying to numb those shoulder muscles. Rick McGraw. Still working on it. McGraw trying to get to his feet and has managed to do so. I guess a handful takedown by Fuji, please. Big one by Barney Solomon, third man in the ring. By the way, Championship Wrestling on Friday, June 18th at 8:30. Jimbo Moss, 3rd and Vision Street, Harrisburg. The main event will be the Intercontinental title match between Cowboy Bob Orton and Pedro Morales.
Get your advance tickets at Hamilton Holidays Travel Agency, 3800 Walnut Street, Harrisburg. Or if you want to telephone Hamilton Holidays Travel Agency, telephone 652 in Harrisburg, 5225. The main event, Bob Orton, Pedro Morales for the Continental Belt, Friday, June 18th, 8:30, Zembo Mas, Harrisburg. Be there, if you please.
But it's going to take a lot more than Bob Orton to take the World Wrestling Championship away from Bob Backlund.
Well, you know, you saw Orton going against Backlund, right? You wonder whether Morales is hanging around watching to see how Backlund handled him. So we'll find out. All right, still applying the pressure to the upper shoulder area on quick draw Rick McGraw. It's the Fuji getting some pounding back now by Rick McGraw. A third smash. And a stop. And down he goes. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, he says. Rick's not waiting a minute, maybe 10 seconds, then he gets out of it. Oh, look out. Oh, how about that? Ooh. Hey, beautiful river. However, you saw it coming, and look out. Oh, body slam city coming up into the ring corner.
Oh, that's bad.
He's out of control.
Barney ought to hit for the bell. That's it. He's hitting the bell.
Hitting the bell, that's all. She wrote. I don't know whether Rick McGraw knows that Fuji heard the bell. But that's it. He's been disqualified. That's the way it was, man. Rick McGraw on the short end. The bell did ring. And Rick McGraw declared the winner.
Mr. Fuji has been disqualified. The winner of the match, the fiery Rick McGraw.
So be it, huh? Rick McGraw trying his best. Yeah, he's not feeling too well. Glad he won, but he paid a price for it.
We got a sore neck.
Let's find out now about June 26th, the next event here.
Gentlemen, the next card of All-Star Wrestling set for the Spectrum is set for Saturday, June the 26th. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have just been handed all the information. And it's going to be another exciting night of pro wrestling, as featured on the next card will be a 20-man over-the-top battle royal. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the battle royal, all 20 wrestlers who have entered into this unusual contest will enter the ring at the same time. At the sound of the bell, a wrestler can be disqualified or eliminated in only one way, and that is by being thrown over the top rope to the hard concrete floor. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have listed before you the wrestlers who have entered the 20-man over-the-top battle royal. They are Greg the Hammer Valentine, Golden Boy Adrian Adonis, Swede Hanson, Blackjack Mulligan, the tag team champions Mr. Fuji and Mr. Saito. Also entered into the battle royal are Charlie Fulton, the unpredictable Johnny Rodz, Jimmy Superfly Snuka. Also signed for that match, Jose Estrada, the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, Pedro Morales. Also, the Carolina connection of Rick McGraw and Steve Travis. They will be joined by Tony Garea. And ladies and gentlemen, making their first combined appearance at the Spectrum, DJ Strongbow and his brother, Joe Strongbow. And ladies and gentlemen, that's not all. The list goes on. As Mr. USA, Tony Atlas has entered. Along with Philadelphia's favorite son, Special Delivery Joe. Soucie, and ladies and gentlemen, Polish Power, Ivan Putski. And ladies and gentlemen, that's not all. Following that match, there will be 8 other yet-to-be-signed matches that will consist of wrestlers who will be paired from the Battle Royal contestants. Saturday, June 26th, a return lumberjack match. It is for the World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship as the challenger, Cowboy Bob Orton, will meet the champion, Bob Backlund. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the lumberjack match, as many of you know, each wrestler, both Orton and Backlund, will choose 6 wrestlers so that there will be altogether 12 wrestlers stationed on the outside of the ring. If either wrestler is either thrown out or tries to run out, he will be immediately thrown back into the center of the ring. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Phil Zacco has signed his extravaganza for Saturday, June 26th. Tickets are now on sale at the rear box office. They go on sale Monday morning at all Ticketron locations and here at the Spectrum.
Wow, pal. What a lineup, huh?
Well, I have said there should be a steel cage match or some equivalent between Bob Orton and Bob Backlund based on what happened tonight. And you see what the instantaneous response was. It was genius. The murder goes back. The lumberjack match is even better.
Well, here we come, your man. Adrian Adonis is sporting a beautiful tan as usual. Polish Power, Ivan Putski.
Well, this is Brooklyn Italian Power meeting Polish Power.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next match is a special attraction. It is set for one fall with a 1-hour time limit. Introducing in the corner to my left, from New York City, 251 pounds, Golden Boy, Adonis. For this match, weighing 240 pounds, from Krakow, Poland, Polish Power, Ivan Putski.
I got a feeling this one is not going to last very long.
Should be really devastated.
Yeah, it's going to be like Judy Holmes, decided in the first round. No decision. Nobody's here to win on points.
Nobody's here. Little flex job here. Putski's so funny though. He doesn't, nothing bothers him too much.
Nice talking to him. I think he's looking upon Adonis as a little kid. What do you think? Little boy, don't bother.
It should be very interesting, the pairing tonight of Adonis and Putski.
his sight. A little humiliation. Look at that, wearing his jacket, he's taking Putski on. Glove on. Now comes the jacket. Oh, that's going to choke Putski with it. Putski, Mikel, knee to the midsection. The hands of Adonis. Still using that jacket to block his vision. Help choke him up. Adonis moves in. Reminder, the movie 5 to 13 will be seen following Spectrum Wrestling. Or if you're watching the wrestling replay on Tuesday night, you will see the fan at the conclusion of the action. Adonis being given the Bronx Cheer, the raspberry, if you will. Like some of the ringside is here expected, goes for a pin, but not seriously so. Still holding his jaw, and he's experiencing a great deal of pain at the present time. Putski having a lot of pain, and I don't know, Adonis right on top of him, kicking at him. Kicking at his back. Putski just taking it. He's down on one knee in front of us. Putski still favoring the groin. It's done well. Uh-oh. Going the other way. Right down on the chair near ringside location. Putski's down, still favoring the groin, as you can tell. All right, Putski getting a little bit annoyed.
Yeah, he muttered under his breath.
Polish, whatever that
yeah,
means.
he said the right word.
You might not want to know.
Yeah, he said the right word.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Whoa! Putski moved upset. Putski really buzzed, and I'm telling you, he's a man on a mission. Adonis keeping in control, making the eyes of Putski. And now.
Sleeper hold, huh?
Sleeper. Good night, Irene.
Fighting with all its worth.
Good night, Irene. I don't know, Putski can survive this. Putski down, Adonis. Turning on the steam. And the crowd picks up the chant. Snuka, the referee, checking for chokehold. Fine run.
This is amazing, Dick. It's amazing. Question is, how much does Putski have left at this point? All right, his right leg is twitching. He's getting his strength back. Going to make a superhuman effort now to break it. With his top 5 finish. I don't know, whatever Adonis had on him, he's not making it. Putski's about to break that hold.
Putski stepped his time, and Adonis took the full blast, smashing into the top of the corner of the ring.
That was the boxing power.
It was. Body slam, back. Now Putski goes again. Adonis still showing his superiority.
He's going to move quickly. He's going much too slowly for what he's got in mind. Not going to work.
say at this point, Adonis on a run for his life.
Uh-oh. This may be over shortly, man. Putski on the prowl again. No holds barred now, man. With punish the guy.
Adonis is going to see the ocean of darkness pretty soon.
Oh, there he goes. Got the eye again.
That's it.
All he wants, because it's not going to change a thing. Either Putski goes off, and that's the end of that.
When Adonis first hit this town, there are a lot of people who've got to get past before he can think of beating Bob Backlund.
Well, the guy, I tell you, he's cool. He's got a tough customer.
He thought he was going to get him there. See that, Dick?
Yep.
He outsmarted himself.
And the other funny thing about it, he just was sheer weight there at the top of his body. My Putski did the pin, so that's it.
Well, it's been a long night.
What? Yeah, you think you've seen beauty in the ring? Here's beauty in the beast.
Which one is it? Beautiful night tonight. I can't tell you which match I like the best. It's one of the glorious nights that we've had in a long time.
Yeah, I don't know how to respond. I can't argue with it. I'm not thinking how to respond.
I'm thinking of Bob Orton, where Bob Backlund totally humiliated Orton. Made a monkey out of him. Pedro Morales, 3 to 4. You haven't found the man yet to beat Pedro.
And then you had, of course, the Ventura and the Tony Atlas actresses. And both guys were badly bloodied by the time they left the ring.
The Guts Award to Steve Travis for going up against 6'8", 330-pound Blackjack Mulligan.
I got the impression Mulligan really doesn't like guys like us who talk where we use finesse and we use words for a living. And he uses Laurent and demonic muscle, put it that way. Anyway, I got the impression he doesn't like us too much, and I got used to it. I already told him, you don't like what we do. Cal said he'll take you on in the ring anytime.
No problem.
Oh, really?
Run upside his head.
That's what you, I told him you said that.
The funkiness of Rick McGraw never ceases to amaze me. If he were 6 inches shorter, he'd be a very serious contender.
I'll tell you, the guy knows no fear, and he just keeps coming at you.
He comes to fight, and he goes all out, 100%. When you're watching him, you know that Rick McGraw has nothing more to give in a match than what he gave.
So big deal coming up on June 25th. Our next major wrestling, that's the Spectrum.
Yeah,
and
the Battle Royal.
Battle Royal, 20-man over the top Battle Royal. And the big names, they've got Johnny Rodz, Tony Atlas, you name them, they're all going to be here. And that'll be a big event. Of course, Bob Orton returns against Bob Backlund. I can't believe that Orton came up for another approach to Backlund, because Backlund seems to think ahead of everybody. There's no way you catch up to him.
With superhuman strength, and that's a lumberjack match, 12 wrestlers stationed all around the ring. So that's even better than a steel cage, because it's not a matter of opening the door, and that terminates the match. That's right. The only way for the match to be terminated is for one man to be humiliated.
That's right. Well, that was the name of the game tonight between Atlas and Ventura, because total bad blood, as you know, fans. Cal, you realize what bad blood is. These guys have tried the muscle bits and the posing and all. They tried the arm wrestling, they've done in the ring, and in the cage tonight, which I thought kind of proved something on both sides. Each guy could have gotten out in time, but the ego and the desire to hurt the other guy, and that's really what went on.
Well, Jesse the Body Ventura has said that Tony Atlas didn't have a brain between his head. But Atlas came here and said, well, Jesse the Body Ventura has, if a bird had its brain, he'd fly backwards. So we still had the brains. Atlas knew how to get out when it was time to get out to win the match.
These guys would be admired. They're great athletes and a little bit flaky here and there, a little bit off the wall, a little bit not so wrapped tight, but they come to give you a real evening's wrestling. That's what you get every. All right, back on June 26th again, huh?
I got a question to ask you.
Okay.
How tightly wrapped are you and I at three figure in the middle of those flying bodies? Ain't you ever think about that?
Well, it's our job.
Okay.
Somebody's got
job,
to do
somebody has to do it.
My job is a terrible job, and we do it every month.
We love it. We'll be back.
Glad to see you. Glad to see you along with Prison Television Network tonight. Of course, that's the month on the 26th. You can't make it here, be along Prison. You can't be at home. You're going to be out. Stop by, see it, and have a great evening. Bring the family with you.
And if you miss part of today's show, they rerun it, I believe, Monday night on Prison.
Cal Ruppin, we're Stephen McGraw saying have a good night, a great weekend, and see you next month. And have a good month.
You do that.
Cowboy Bob Orton beats Bob Backlund in the return lumberjack match. All this and more. Spectrum Wrestling. Another month of wrestling and exciting night because tonight, I mean anything can happen. Are we ready for it? We're ready. I'm saying the fans are ready for it too because this is very unpredictable, as you know. 20 wrestlers in the ring, pushing, shoving, throwing at one another, throwing each other over the ring, over the rope. And I'll tell you, anything can happen. Of course, $10,000 is at the end of that rainbow. Whoever winds up as the last wrestler is going to win that $10,000 check. Not a shabby nice pay and a lot of motivation to win. And of course, return tonight. The big one, of course, will be Cowboy Bob Orton returning against the champion Bob Backlund. So I'll tell you, fans, we'll catch up to you as we go. Let's go to ringside now in the ring, and we'll get the announcement for